sees over everything. And he's like, oh, yeah, she should have done that. But anyhow, let's just get it handled. So he went in there, got rid of that, straightened it, redid the turbinates, also did the sinuses at the same time. My entire first thing with her was just a complete waste of fucking time.
What was the time between those two? Like, how long did that?
It was fairly quick, man.
Like a month or something.
Yeah, right? And the reason it was so quick is because she fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
And
it was not going to heal, so he had to get in there.
No, in fact, it was getting worse, so he got in there quick. But I'm glad it happened. Well, I'm not glad it happened that way, but I'm glad ultimately. So.
Yeah.
So, Mark, they may need me to fucking go and be with Dolce during that surgery because I may have to go. They want both parents.
It's all good, man.
So,
hey, what is it anyhow? How the fuck did she do that?
They said it's so rare for a kid.
That's what I mean. I never heard of it. Is it like from working out, running, just some weird shit?
She injured herself somehow, but it's definitely herniated.
But she doesn't know how to do it. She didn't know what she did, right?
No, she's just hurting bad. So they normally don't surgery on kids, but they said this won't get better. But
so what do they do? What's the whole
just
deal?
shave off that disc that's intruding on the nerve.
God, that's so young.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Mm.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I'm going to leave. Let me just see.
Whatever you want to do, dude. It's cool.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This is the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe, and we have an exciting show today. By the way, this hour brought to you by realcbdthatworks.com. I love Panacea Life Sciences. We're so lucky that they're right here in our backyard, Panacea Life in Golden. Yeah, you can visit the lab. It's a beautiful laboratory, scientific, from seed to sale.
We bought a car off them and spent $1,900 on an extended warranty. A few months after
What
we
did you
bought
buy?
An Infiniti Q50.
What year?
2014.
Okay. A 2014 Infiniti Q50, not a bad car, and you bought an extended warranty.
Yes, it was actually my stepson.
When did you buy it?
July of 21.
Okay. And it's July of 21. Okay. And how long was the warranty?
I believe it was 2 years.
Okay. So what's the problem right now?
Okay, well, on February 10th, the motor blew.
Uh-huh. And I want everyone to hear how these extended warranties work. Go ahead. The motor blew. You have a 2-year warranty, so you should have had a new one. What happened?
Well, we read the warranty, and the warranty said to take it to any licensed dealer to have repairs done.
And when was this breakdown, the actual breakdown?
February 10th.
How did it happen?
Driving the car just shut down into safety mode. All the lights started flashing, and then she shut down.
Okay, but you, just out of the blue, how many miles on it?
It's listed at a little over 100, and I think it was 105,000, and the warranty was good for up to 125,000, which he only put maybe 2,000 miles on the car since he bought it.
Okay, so just get right to the problem. You're not being covered, are you?
No, we are not being covered.
Why?
We took the car to the well, first of all, the warranty was never in effect. The dealer never signed it and sent it into the warranty company.
Okay, well then that you can sue that dealer, but you can only sue the dealer for what would otherwise be covered by that warranty. So tell me what's going on.
And what did the dealer say when you called him up and said, hey, you guys never sent it in?
Yeah, the dealer told us that, and we finally got a hold of the people who gave them the warranty, and they said that there was no warranty, that Ethios never turned in a warranty. So we actually got a hold of Ethios, and by that time it was March 7th. The insurer or the backer of their contract said that we can go ahead and get it done now. Ethios just had to send the contract to the dealer who was fixing the vehicle. This was, quote, the second contract now with a new number that they really did put into the system. Okay? Then they got another call saying that, no, they couldn't do the work up there from Ethios, saying that only Ethios could do that warranty work. Yet on the contract it says anybody licensed dealership can do it. So we didn't know. We were afraid, so we took the car back to Ethios. We had to pay the towing and everything to get it over there.
Well, is Ethios fixing it or not? Are they taking care of you?
No, the car's still not even been touched.
Okay, does Ethios know? First of all, if the warranty was in effect, it would have covered it. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so Ethios is responsible. Does Ethios know they're responsible?
Yes, they took the car and said they were.
So why are they not fixing it? Why are they not fixing it?
There lies the question. Here we are.
Do they ever turn you down flatly?
No. They said a guy had to come out and check to see if they could give us a used motor or break the motor down.
Well,
they're apparently waiting to break the motor down, but they have not touched it yet.
Now, how much is this going to cost?
We have no idea.
How much was the car? How much was the car?
$15,000.
$15,000. Man,
hey, these guys suck, man. If they turn that warranty in.
No, they do suck. They do suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
This is a serious one.
That's why we called, Tom.
You should have had this car checked before you bought it. But Ethios is a bad deal. Ethios is a bad deal.
Let's have Marty call over.
Can we give this to hold on a sec here. Get me my sound here because I'm going to send it Marty. This is crap. I can't believe that. What? This is crap.
I called them yesterday, and The girl couldn't tell me what was going on.
That's the cavalry, in case you don't know that, by the way. Go ahead.
I know that. Anyway, the gal told us that since we weren't the actual buyers on the contract, according to the HIPAA laws, she couldn't tell us anything about the car. Can you believe that?
HIPAA laws on a car?
Yeah, that's what she told me. Very combative.
Okay, listen.
That's what I did. I laughed at him.
Oh God! Hold on a second. You're starting off my day just right. Just right. I just can't.
So.
I just can't believe this crap. Honest to God, these people suck. Ethos, you suck. You really suck.
Okay, I'm trying to read these fucking messages while I do it.
We get calls about once a month on Ethos.
Yeah, I gotta go. Can Mark sit? All right, so Mark, I may as well not wait. Just here, would you do me a favor though? Here's where I am.
Let me get logged in and shit.
No, just stay on my login. Why not?
That's fine. I don't
I mean,
care.
really. I mean, as long as you, I'm gonna be.
I'll
back.
switch it anyhow.
Well, okay, but okay.
If
here.
I have to.
Here's all I want you to know.
Here, you got a spot.
Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado will do what it takes to get you the most money for your insurance claim. Listen, it's a well-known fact that your homeowner's insurance is not going to
Treat you fairly. That's the bottom line. And they'll go over your claim free of charge. What that means is they'll look it over and say, we can help you here or we can help you there. And that's what you need. You need someone to look over your claim. And if they say they can help you, then you can rest assured they'll get you more money than you can ever get on your own. That's Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. And the website is
coclaims.com. coclaims.com. Don't ever put your hands in the hands of the insurance adjuster. You need Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado in every case, because they'll let you know if it's too small and not to worry about it. Or even if you had an old claim and you want to reopen it, they'll let you know if it's worth it. They'll be honest with you. coclaims.com, 720-715-0000. All right, let's talk about Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, the best when it comes to selling your home. He can show you the stats, and he'll show you where he can sell for more money and faster than the market, and he'll show it to you. Just make a meeting with Frank, and you'll find a good guy that you'll want to do business with. A master negotiator. He has a team for buying and selling. That's Team Duran at Remax Alliance, 303-920-1622. Now, Mark, over here are all my in-house. I didn't do it. The small X means there's two of them. Okay, I just do that. Okay, I'm just going to come right back when I'm ready. I have to go. Family calls. Fuck. I mean, I wasn't supposed to do this. She was supposed to be there.
Well, good luck. By the way, I think it's EDO motors.
Yeah, it is.
Right? It's not with the S.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not seeing EDOs.
It's EDO.
I had to call him once. One of the other deputies called a couple months ago.
You know, surprisingly, I don't know. They have a 4.5 star, 4.7
Oh, that's all bullshit.
on Google.
But the Google is compromised.
Really?
I'll be back before the end.
Yeah. So where do you go to get a true idea if someone has got good reviews?
Oh, I don't look at reviews very often.
You don't?
I know here they'll look either at Google or sometimes on
multiple locations, convenient hours,
can't think of the other services out there.
appointments available. All major insurance agents, ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT. That's 303.
Think
Hey
of the
folks,
name right
if you
now.
have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust stains clouding up your bathtub, you'll want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals.
I mean, they've got their fair
Water
share of
Pros.
bad reviews too, I guess. But
Veteran and family owned and are dedicated to provide providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. Software starting at $2,195 installed at waterpros.net. Visit waterpros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
Where do you go for reviews, Mark?
Sure.
No, when you're trying to look up reviews for a business.
Like ETO. I was looking it up. By the way, I don't think it's ETO.
Just Google it.
Yeah, they did. They've got a 4.7 with 300 and something reviews.
That ain't bad.
No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business.
What happened to that Ethios guy?
Protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off the first
Totally
year.
fucking lost. She's looking at him. God damn. Holy shit, is he deaf? Fuck. I had to pull him off.
Tom said to give it to Marty, so I gave it to Marty.
Oh, I still want to talk to him. Bring him back up if he got his info. I'll go to this, but I need to talk to him.
Did he say how long it's been there?
What's that?
The car. How long has it been?
No, I got some questions.
I'd like to know how long he's had it there.
Sponsored by Audible.
Okay.
Starting out with sunshine, then we're going to build in that cloud cover as we get into later on this afternoon. But a warm day in the mid-70s with just a bit of a breeze as we get into this afternoon. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Barnes. This spring, let Audible bring a smile with comedy, sci-fi, thrillers, or whatever you're listening to. From audiobooks to exclusive originals to podcasts. Find it all on Audible. Sign up and start free at audible.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. I've got more questions about this Ethios call. We're going to get him back up. But right now, we're going to go to Katie. She's got a problem with Colorado container homes. I'm just curious, first of all, Katie, what is a Colorado container home?
So it's a shipping container home.
How much do they run? I mean, I'm sure they range, but give me an idea of how much yours was.
About 75,000.
Wow, 75 grand. How many square feet is in a container?
Well, you can put them together, but mine is 320 square feet.
Is that one container?
Yes.
Man, that's incredible. 75 grand. And so I assume they insulate it. We'll get to your problem in a minute, but I'm just, I've got a lot of questions just on the container house. Do you actually live in it? Do they bring electricity to it? Does it run off of a generator, a propane tank? How is it done?
So I prepped my property, and I have, I'm on the grid. It has full electrical, propane.
Wow.
A septic system, everything that you would want in a home.
Now, I'm just curious, 350 square feet. Why not just set up a single-wide or double-wide motor home, which is a lot bigger for the same price?
Because I'm going to Airbnb it. It sits on an acre and a half.
Okay, so it's a cool, I get it. No one wants to Airbnb a single-wide trailer, but they might want to live in a container for a few days. I get it.
Yeah, and I'm a city girl with amenities on my property.
That's pretty cool. So what's going on? What's the name of the company that sold it to you?
It's Colorado Container Homes, and they're actually to be a contract, so they are to do... I was to prep the property, and they were supposed to do all the interior stuff.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, it's been an ongoing situation. They cancel at the last minute. The big issue that prompted everything was they contracted plumber.
Yeah.
And paid that plumber in full before he performed any of the work.
And then he never showed up?
Correct.
How it sits right now does it sit on an actual, well, not a foundation, but, I mean, what does it sit on? Is it a foundation?
Okay.
And the plumber needed to come out and just hook it up to the septic system.
Well, and do like the bathroom, the washer and dryer, the sink, all the internal plumbing.
Is everything else in there? Or in other words, is the container built out? It just needs to be hooked up to the electrical, to the plumbing, but the rest of it's done?
No, it needs to be framed in for like drywall, flooring,
Okay.
all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, so what do they say about the plumbing? I mean, it's not your fault that they paid this plumber and he's a no-show.
Right, hence my call. So after about 6 weeks of that, and of course the build could not proceed until we had the blue tag, because then they can't hook up the propane without the blue tag.
Got it.
And then they can't backfill and blah, blah, blah. So the delay was the gift that kept on giving. So we came up, I contacted other plumbers. They agreed to a backup plan where a plumber would come in the 3rd week of January.
Yeah, but who's going to pay for it? You?
They were supposed to pay for that.
Okay. So where do we stand right now? Did a plumber ever show up?
Well, 4 months later, it finally got taken care of. But the problem now is they haven't done any kind of accounting. So when I asked them for a reconciliation and invoice of
how much have you spent so far?
About 50.
And how much do you think has to be done, left for them to finish?
Well, there's the cabinets, the finishing, the electrical, the interior electrical.
Yeah, but my God, it's 350 square feet. What's that equal?
Well, that's kind of the issue. And so when I asked them for an accounting of everything, they refused to give that to me. I said,
Katie, hold on. I don't even understand why you care about an accounting. If they came in and finished everything that's in the contract, you owe them roughly another $25,000, right?
Correct.
So why are you getting hung up on this accounting part? You already agreed to the price and what's included into that price.
Because they're overcharging me. They're not.
But you agreed to $75,000, or are you saying they actually want more money now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the contract? Can we look at this contract?
I don't have the contract with me.
Okay. What does it say? Is it firm? Does it say $75,000, and that includes cabinets and electricity and plumbing? I mean, is it pretty straightforward?
The issue is they keep changing the price without an agreed upon change order.
Like what? But give me an idea of the last change order that pissed you off.
So, for example, they needed to do metal work so the deck could be connected.
Okay.
We agreed upon a certain price, and they just sent me an invoice which is higher.
How much higher?
Several $100s.
Okay.
Higher. The issue is that now they're threatening to stop my build, but I can't get an accurate account of what I actually owe them.
All right, hold on a second. 303-713-8255. All right, we've got a couple lines open. 303 Martino. I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk to Katie a little longer, but I've got to get somewhere with her. Meantime, Deputy Scott, or actually, no, you're running video right now. Suzanne, can you call up Colorado Container Homes and see if they'll come on the air and talk about this? I just want to see. I guess I don't have any issue with them giving some kind of accounting. I'm not so sure what the difference is. She's talking a couple $100, but I wonder what the total amount is. Hold on.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino. Now, Dan Kaplis today at 4, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Traffic is uneventful right now on I-25, about 14 minutes between Colfax and C-470 either direction. No problem spots in the north southern area of I-25 through the north of Thornton area. Looking good. Boulder Church.
They look like shipping containers.
They're pretty wild. You go to the website?
Yeah.
Colorado Container?
Colorado
I don't think I'd want to rent
Container Homes Code. No, that's what I'm saying. It actually, they look
like a container.
They look like a container on top of a container.
They look like if you opened it up, like 12 kidnapped Russian women would run out.
I think I'd rather go in a mobile home.
This spring, let Audible bring us
they make tools out of those.
Oh, I guess.
Or whatever you love listening to, from audiobooks to exclusive originals to podcasts.
Like
Find it all
above ground pools, is that what you're saying? You dig them in and just kind of set it in there, huh?
All right, Blake Harris, he was in studio with us yesterday. He is an attorney that can protect your assets. He can do lawsuit prevention. I personally used him for a will and a trust. He can also do medical directive, beneficiaries, deed, payable on death, bank accounts. You get the idea. He can help set up your legacy. 833-ASK-BLAKE is his phone number. And what I love about this guy, he gives upfront, straightforward pricing. He'll tell you upfront how much it's going to be. Flat rate pricing. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Now let's talk about an attorney that I personally use. That's John Fuller. Not only did Suzanne and myself use him when we got T-boned coming home from Sam's Club, when our daughter got rear-ended on I-25, we used him as well. And I can't tell you anything negative about John. He's a small firm. You always get to talk to John himself, and he did a great job. He got policy maximums for us in both cases. 303-597-4500. My Accident Lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co.
When you sell your home,
Yeah, I was watching some show on HGTV, and
right?
I don't know, the homeowner wanted a pool, so they put one of these containers in.
They dug a hole.
Let me just tell you, that girl called at the end of the show yesterday, like in the last 5 minutes, and I said, can't get you on today. I'll get you on to talk to Tom tomorrow. Our show is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. What time can I call you? Call me at 10 a.m. Call, you talk to her. She hangs up, calls back, and says, I do not want to be on the radio, and I do not want them called. I said, Katie, you were just on the radio. I told you we were a show. So anyway, it's all dead.
That is weird. I'm going to have you say that on air. I mean,
okay.
That is weird.
She calls a
radio show. What do you even make of that?
Well, the other part is she's telling us that it's a $200 difference.
Well, that was one thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. But she doesn't have a contract with her.
I mean, who knows? I have
but she doesn't want you even talking. I just don't know what she wants.
100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, there are no costs, no obligation over at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
If you have questions about your roof, call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Hey guys, it's Jay Brex, the owner of Excel. This is our 29th year in business. When you need someone to help you with your roof, you can trust Excel Roofing. Call 303-761-6400 for roof inspections, roof repairs, and complete roof replacements.
I want to be on the radio.
I wonder how the hell you search.
Top of the line, bulletproof.
Do you guys know how to search like in a Google Doc? Like search for a word?
The most trusted roofer in
I don't. I'm not looking at it. I don't know.
I don't see like just a search.
761-6400.
Hey, babe, do you know how to search in a Google Doc?
ExcelRoofing.com.
Well, you'd figure there'd be just a damn search, like literally a search.
Is it the show doc?
Yeah.
Control F.
Oh, Control F.
Control F. And then you search. It's it's a long document. Not gonna lie. I don't know if that's how it's spelled in Tom's world. That's what you're looking at.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Control F.
There it went. Now there it is. Frank. So Tom might have spelled it different. Like he might have spelled it.
This is from today, I think.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He might have spelled it different for the previous. So you might want to try ETH, just ETH, E.
No, it's
ETH. I'm saying Tom may have spelled it different. ETH. Oh, there's 44.
How do you go to the next one? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Kenneth, Elizabeth, T, together, Gina, Beth, Meth. I would try E.
tons of plant-based fiber and more than 6 times the amount of antioxidants.
Because Scott said we've had a bunch on them.
Not a bunch. I think
We've
one
had
other.
like 3.
We have had that many?
Do you have notes on any of them?
Me?
Yeah.
When I was down in my car, I think I was the first one.
Our goal was to create healthy cereal
And then,
for your family.
Let's go actually look at the company. How do you, are we sure you really spell it that way?
I have no idea how it's spelled. I'm telling you, Tommy has spelled it different.
Ethio it's no S. It's Ethio Motors from what I
So
can
maybe
see.
there's no S. Maybe it's E-T.
ETHIO.
Okay, hold on.
IO.
All right, well, I got to tell you
how strange that call was. Hold on a second, though. Panacea Life Sciences. Panacea Life. You want the best CBD? This company actually handles the product from the seed all the way to the sale. I know of no other CBD company that does it. They regulate their quality control themselves. It's a great company. It's an absolutely great product. And CBD is basically works for everybody to do anything. It's kind of like Advil in some cases. Suzanne uses a nice face cream that's pretty cool. She loves it, swears by it. But you can go to realcbdthatworks.com, put in the promotion code TOM, and you can save 30% today. That's realcbdthatworks.com. Now, that lady we were talking about on that house, this Colorado container house.
Katie?
Katie. She had a big problem. She hung up. You know why? She called a radio station and didn't realize she was on the radio. I'm not quite sure how that happens. What did she say, Suzanne?
Well, she called in the last 5 minutes of the show yesterday, and I said, our show's about to end, but I can get you on with Tom tomorrow between 10 and 2.
Yeah.
She said, call me at 10 a.m., so when you said call the Colorado Container Homes folks, she called me and said, I don't want to be on the radio and I don't want them called.
Well, what the hell is she calling a radio show for? I completely miss it. Folks, if you want help, we can help, but the how we help is we use the power of the media. We use the power of the radio station. I'm not kidding you. If this company should be doing something they're not, Katie, we would love to get involved. You're not going to get in trouble by us calling over there. We're not going to call over there now because you hung up, and that's your wish. That's fine. But if they end up screwing you and not finishing it and you're out all this money, feel free to call back. 303-MARTINO. 303-MARTINO. I still really don't know what her issue was, though. We were talking a couple $100 on one change order. We couldn't even get to the root of the problem. Now, I want to go back to Frank. By the way, 303-713. Go ahead.
Sorry, I found Ethio in the notes.
Oh, what'd you find on our last Ethio problem? I'm going to go to Frank. He's got a problem with Ethio Motors, and I'm going to talk to him in a second and finish up with him. But what'd you find on that, Suzanne?
I just found a guy named Jimmy, March 2022, bought a Yukon. Oh, I remember that guy, the Yukon.
No.
He's called a few times, and I think that's him, and then Frank.
So he bought a Yukon and what? What does the note say about it?
I'll have to call him. I have his number.
Okay, I'd be curious what the other Ethio complaint is. Now, Frank, I want to get a few things straight. What kind of vehicle did you buy?
We bought a 2014 Infiniti Q50 car.
A Q50. Now, you also purchased a warranty for how much?
$1,900.
So an additional $1,900. How much was the 14 Q50?
15,000.
Wow, 15 grand. How many miles are on it, by the way?
18,000. It was 18,000.
18,000. How many miles are on it?
I think it was 104 when he got it, and the warranty was for 24,000 extra miles for 2 years.
Okay, got it. And then what problem did you have? Ultimately, what's wrong with the vehicle right now? It needs what?
A new motor, apparently.
So it needs a motor. And basically, how long after you purchased it did it need the motor?
Well, somewhere 5 months probably.
Okay, so actually that would have kicked in. Some of these warranties, if it's within the first 30 days, they say it's pre-existing and you have no shot at anything. But 5 months later, there should be no problem. But the problem was Ethio's Motors did not actually sign the paperwork or the warranty paperwork and send it to the warranty company, correct?
That is correct.
And who's the warranty company?
First Automotive.
So when you talk to them, they basically say, we have nothing on this, right?
That's correct. And
now,
then they quick called Ethios and told them about it.
And then what did Ethios say?
Ethios quick turned around and wrote an actual contract, apparently, and sent it through to them.
But now, of course, it's too late.
Well, apparently.
So, well, what's the warranty? Is the warranty? Wait a second, Frank. Is the warranty company now allowing it or no?
Yes. But only at Ethios Motors.
Say that again.
But only at Ethio Motors to do the repairs. The contract says any licensed repair shop can fix it.
But
now they're telling us it's only Ethios can fix it.
They're saying only Ethios can fix it. And when you say they, you're talking about first warranty.
That's correct.
But in the agreement, it says what?
Any licensed mechanic shop dealer.
So when you ask them the very straightforward question, it says this, why do I have to bring it to these guys? What do they say?
No answer other than because we have to do the work. The problem is they don't have a shop. I think they're actually farming the work out.
Well, okay. I don't like any part of this.
Me either.
Are you worried they're not going to do the work right?
Yeah, and I'm also worried they're going to try and charge me money. We've had a phone call from them wanting us for them to tear the motor down and for us to split the cost of the cost to break the motor down. We have a $250 deductible.
Now, wait a minute. This is after, you know what? I don't trust these guys. I don't trust it either. This is after First Warranty said that they will cover it. Or they're not saying they will cover it. What First Warranty is saying is, we'll go ahead and give you the contract. We're going to make Ethios the only person that can fix it. But we're not going to tell you if we're going to cover it yet.
Well, that's kind of the gist I'm getting out of it.
All right, I want to talk to these guys. What is the phone number over at Ethios? And tell me the name of this damn company. Is it Ethio or Ethios? Brian, you said it's Ethio.
That's what I see online.
Okay, what is their phone number? Do you know it?
303. 303?
Yep.
227.
227.
7777.
Okay, hold on. Suzanne, let's see if we can get them to come on and talk about this. They sold a warranty. These people didn't even forward it. Now it's a complete cluster. You know what I'm saying. Let's see if they'll come on the air. I'm going to put him on hold. Don, you'll be up next. We got to take a break. It's not Fuller and Mile High. Who is it?
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich.
Sorry about that. Ideal and Paragon. I don't know what happened there. Ideal and Paragon.
The delay, no accidents reported right now on the highways.
60 and a 30.
70, I-25, and 2.
Correct.
Is an accident at Quincy and Parker Road. At one point, Parker Road was
that number is ETO.
That has been reopened.
What is?
It is ETO. That's the phone number for them. So it is.
Fox 31, pinpoint weather 74 for the expected.
I think we were trying to get, or I was trying to get a refund from them. Talk to the owner. It'd be nice.
Did we get a refund, whoever it was?
The North Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Chris McLaughlin.
I'll have to look at my notes.
Wendy's knows a better breakfast starts with a better
Maybe if I see the guy's name.
Get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with bacon, sausage, fresh cracked egg and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit Sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
You know, there was a furniture store affected by the fires up in Boulder. The insurance company offered them $500,000 for a cleanup. It wasn't a total loss. It was all the ashes that destroyed the inventory, shut the store down. They offered them $500,000. I love this. Matt at Paragon Services got involved. They're getting $3 million. They're getting it for lost business, new inventory, you name it. You need someone on your side when you're dealing with your insurance company. That's Matt with Paragon Services. 719-726-0020, commercial, residential. He talks to you for free. He'll answer any question. Just give him a call. 719-726-0020. Now, interest rates are up. Everybody knows it. Inflation's here. But if you have high credit card debt, or, on the other hand, if you have a high car payment because you have high interest on that, if you have any kind of high interest loans, it still makes a lot of sense to refinance up around the 5% and pay off the 20% credit cards, the 20% car loans. We had a caller yesterday that bought some tires, and she is actually paying 190%. You should actually think about refinancing right now. And if you do, Ideal Home Loans, and I'll tell you why, because when interest rates go down, they have the interest rate guarantee. When they do go down, they're going to refi you for free. They have a custom term loan, meaning you might need a 30 or a 15 or a 10 or a 5 or a 7 or an 8. They can do it all. Their pre-approval is like shopping with cash. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000. It was a little long.
I remember the case now when you talked about tires.
What?
This guy bought a car or truck or something.
Okay, I want you over here on this mic to tell me about it.
Let me think about it for a minute.
I think they came back.
I don't understand what I'm calling Ethios for. What am I saying?
See if they'll come on the air and talk about Frank's issue. He bought an extended warranty. They never sent the paperwork to the warranty company. Now Frank is screwed.
Okay, but they have the vehicle. They're going to work on it.
Yeah, and they want to charge him to work on it, according to him.
We still don't know how long they've even had it. Have they had it for 4 months? Doing nothing?
It's been quite a while, he said.
Yeah. It seems to me like who's telling him that the only people that can work on it would be Ethio? Wouldn't that make sense that Ethio never turned it in?
No, but he's saying the warranty company.
I know, but is he right? The warranty company, that makes no sense. They have a contract. If they're saying they're going to honor the contract, they can't turn around and say that we're going to change the terms of the contract.
My experience using these products has just kept getting better and better. I also know hundreds and hundreds of you that have tried it and feel the same way. I think the warranty company
the only dealer you can take it to is Ethio.
But that's not what their contract says.
I know.
So actually, I'm going to have, who did we give that to? Marty. I'm going to have Marty call up that warranty company.
Security or something.
Here's the deal. I don't even think they have. I don't even think he has a valid contract right now.
What would make sense to me is if First Security or whatever is saying, we're not doing anything, and Ethio is saying, hey, we got it all taken care of, but you can only use us. That makes more sense.
Relationship with Blue Sky CBD. They're providing me with the highest.
Okay, it's coming back. Not quite ready yet, but it's coming back to me now. I remember.
Is it where it had 2 bald tires and it was a safety issue and they agreed to put them on?
Yes.
That was them?
Yep.
I wonder if that's what Suzanne remembers. And they came through, right?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I thought so.
And I think they wanted...
And you said their ratings aren't bad.
4.7 on Google with 300 ratings.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. Better Business Bureau, I saw complaints, but had been answered. But everybody.
I know what it was. Ethio wanted to charge the customer like more money or some fee for the tires, and the caller said, "Screw that! I'm going to Big O or Discount," and he bought the tires for less money than what Ethio wanted to charge him for. So that's why it may not be in the show notes, but that was.
Shannon, you got a car song to come back with of some sort if possible. If not, no biggie. I can't drive 55, baby. Sammy Hagar. What? It's 1-800. I'm Johnny Depp. I went to my private island. All right, 303-713. 8255 303 Martino. Here's what's driving me absolutely crazy about this Ethio one. This guy buys a vehicle from him. He spends $1,900 on a warranty. 5 months later, the engine goes out. The warranty should be covering this. Now, he finds out that there is no warranty because Ethio Motors never sent the contract in. All of a sudden, The contract, first warranty, or the warranty company is telling them there is a contract now because Ethio sent them the paperwork, but the only people that can work on the vehicle is Ethio Motors, who, by the way, doesn't even own a shop. I'm not so sure, Frank, you have anything. I don't trust one thing going on. If that contract that you have says you can take it anywhere, why can't you take it anywhere? Suzanne's trying to get Ethio to come on. Now, here's the good news. Deputy Scott was telling me during the break we had a problem with these guys in the past. I think we've had a couple, but I'm talking the recent past, and it sounds like they stepped up and they came through and did the right thing. So I'm hoping they do it on this. This really does suck. Now, what happens if they say we're just going to refund the $1,900? Because that is what they could say. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. If you were in Frank's situation and they say, oh, we're sorry, we didn't send it in, here's your $1,900 back.
Yeah, I mean, like Tom started the whole conversation off as they could sue for that reason alone. But I have a question for you, Frank. How long has it been in the shop? How long have they had this vehicle just sitting there?
Well, the first shop had it for a month and a week waiting for the approval, which we never got.
Because you didn't have a damn contract.
Right, and Ethio's it's been in there since March 18th. We had to tow it there, and they still have not.
So it's been over a month and they haven't done anything. When did they call you and say you have to pay for the teardown? When was that?
April 14th.
Okay, so it sat there for almost a month before they told you that they're not going to do anything till you agree to pay for the teardown.
Correct.
And a lot of times in these warranties, here's the deal. A lot of times in these warranties, you do pay for the teardown so they can find out if it's covered or not. The problem is you were already told by the warranty company that it wasn't covered. Now they're changing all the aspects of the contract that they say now is in effect because they sent in the paperwork, even though the contract says you can take it anywhere. I wouldn't trust these bastards anyhow. Hold on a second. I do want to talk to Ethio. This is crazy. I think they're bending this guy over. I hope they're giving him some lube at the same time. Now, Don, what's going on with you?
I had a high pressure oil pump on my truck. It's a 2001 F350 7.3 diesel.
Oil pump or fuel pump?
What's that?
Oil pump or fuel pump?
High pressure oil pump.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The work was done in September of 19. Last December, I had check engine light go on. I had gauges go out on me. Didn't know what the heck was going on. Talked to my mechanic. He said he couldn't do anything. He suggested I take it to Sheridan Auto Tech. Took it into Sheridan. They diagnosed it, and their exact words on the diagnosis was engine wiring harness is saturated in oil due to faulty high pressure oil pump. Oil leak will need to be repaired. Recommend taking vehicle to diesel repair facility to address leak. They replaced the wire harness, which cost me close to $2,000.
The oil pump, hey, Frank, a couple questions. Or I'm sorry, Don, a couple questions here. So what company did this oil pump back in September of 2019?
Diesels Only on Alameda.
Oh, I've heard of them. Diesels Only. So they did it, and what is their warranty on the oil pump? What's on the invoice? 2 years, 3 years?
There is no mention of any warranty on the invoice.
Okay, so no warranty listed. I mean, if you call them up, do they tell you there's a warranty?
I called them up after I got out of, after I picked my truck up from Sheridan Auto Tech.
Yeah.
I called Diesels Only. I said, hey, this is what happened. I just had to replace the wire harness. I need to replace the oil pump now.
But Frank, hold on. Frank, hold on. Sheridan, and we're going to get Kevin from Sheridan up because I do want to talk to him after the break. But I want to understand something here. So September of 2019, they do the oil pump, but you didn't have a problem again until, what, last December, you said?
Yeah, but what Sheridan told me
that's
is
3 years, man.
No, 2 years. 2 years, but you gotta remember this is a wire harness. It didn't. I don't know. I can't imagine how long this oil leak was going on before it got to the point where it damaged the wire harness.
Okay, so when you call them up, I understand what you're saying. You're under the assumption it's been leaking possibly from day one. They didn't do the job right, or it was a faulty part. It's been leaking. I mean, it's a pretty big leap for 2+ years. But what did they say when you called up?
They said, I said, let me talk to the owner. She said, no, well, he's busy.
All right, hold on.
I'll give you a call back.
Hold on. I promise you'll be up first. Suzanne, if we can get Kevin up from Sheridan Auto Tech when we come back. And then you talk to Ethio Motors, babe?
I sure did.
Oh, my God. We're going to have an update on that. Everybody hold tight. My name's Mark Major. We'll be right back. And then, Shannon, if you could put the spots up when you get a sec. Boy, that lady drives. I still can't understand that lady. How do you call a fucking radio show? Making sure my mic's not on. How do you call a fucking radio show and say, I didn't know I was going to be on the air? I mean, what are you calling for?
What, she thought she was going to have a one-on-one with Tom?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pause the show and talk to you over here. That's it.
I don't know. Well, I don't know why people are afraid to come on the show. Nobody knows who they are.
Nobody. Well, actually, that's kind of funny. There's a lot of times that's not true, man. There's a lot of times people are like, oh, I know what that was.
Well, there was this one dude, I think he's called in several times. He's German, he's European or something, but he said his voice, a lot of people know, didn't want to give much information.
You think I should talk about Fix It, or not Fix It, what the hell are they called? Park it right.
Well, I don't know why you would until he comes on.
He won't come on. Remember, every time you call him, he says he's got some kind of problem and he can't come on. I don't know if he's got a speech impediment.
Do you want to talk about it? I don't know. We don't have any calls on him. I'm trying to answer voicemails to get calls drummed up, but...
Well, we got plenty right now.
It's up to you if you want to do that.
Is saying, everyone, let's hold on.
If I get a lull, I'll talk about his email to me.
If you've never had a heart attack or stroke, taking baby out.
I don't want to log out. I'm in Tom's, but I need some of my own shit.
Why don't you get your laptop? Who's that?
I don't think I did. I bring it up?
I thought you did, yeah. It's sitting in there.
The baby was inside her apartment in a car seat. This is ABC News. The family of the woman shot.
Kind of wild first hour.
Alec Baldwin, Ruby Rust say they're disappointed.
Ready for my road trip.
Keep saying the comments. Marky Mark, fired up.
Marky Mark in the fancy pants. That's what he called him. He had weatherproof pants. He was so proud he bought at Sam's Club for like $12.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Daphne started calling him Marky Mark in the wet fancy pants. Hey,
you got a good story from him? Who? We have something good from this Ethio?
Well, I mean, their side, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, this guy on line 3.
Okay.
It's Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance.
Okay.
The roadside assistance, he called last Saturday night.
Okay.
They left him. They never came, so he had to pay for himself to get roadsided.
Yeah.
And now he wants a refund from
for
Colorado Farm
sure.
Bureau.
He should be able to return the receipt in.
Okay, so this isn't a big deal. Okay, I just want to give you a heads up on it. I figured that's when
he should be able to, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if they balk at that, then I'd love to talk to the claim manager on that one. Like, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
He didn't know.
Do you have a connection with Ethos Motors?
No.
He's just looking him up.
Ethos, whatever.
Yeah, no, I just looked him up. Whenever I saw the name, yeah.
All right, and that guy wants to come on, but every time I call him, he doesn't answer. The other guy who had a problem.
You know the best day, I'll talk about it more on air, but what insurance did you sell me that is paid out 30-fold to me? 30-fold.
What insurance? Oh, glass.
Fuck yeah. That is the best coverage. They, on all of our vehicles, it's always OEM glass. It's always.
Right.
My G90, it's $1,500 a pop.
Yeah, that's
$50.
Ridiculous.
4 fucking windshields in 3 years.
Well, the Tesla will be just as much.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, shit. I'm glad you're here, man. We got a new, when we leave, I'll give you, I'll snap the VIN. Saturday, I sold the G90 and I bought a GV80.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's done over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me the VIN.
It's fucking hot, man. I love it. I miss
Your
it.
G90 is sweet.
Dude, here's where I fucking... I should have kept it. I should have fucking kept it. If my kid was off to law school, she goes in October or August, whenever they go back. If she was gone, I'd keep it because I have the garage. I just fucking keep it. I'd park it and I'd fucking keep it. I love the fucking car.
Yeah.
I already fucking miss it. I'm bummed out. The guy gave me a full price offer. I basically sold it for what I paid for it 3 years ago.
Oh my gosh. You sold it to a third party.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He drove up from I think he came from Fort Collins. I had every dealer in the world offer me 42 all day long. I said, no way, Jose. So I got about 47.
Okay. They are nice. Those are nice cars.
Fuck, it's so beautiful. And you can't find new ones right now.
No, you can't.
But that GV80, it's a 3.5 twin turbo, and it's called the Prestige Signature.
Okay.
It's a matte paint, and there's only 600 of them made.
I was gonna say I don't even know what it looks like.
It's fucking badass.
Is it an electric car?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No. It's a Genesis. It's like my G90, but it's an SUV.
Okay, cool.
It's just crazy, man. She loves it. It's really hers.
Are you still doing the Tesla, or is that off?
Yeah, no, they fucking
still doing it.
The only reason this whole thing ended up this way, this guy says, okay, I'm going to buy it full price. I meet him like 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
I said, well, I'm waiting for my other car to come in. You mind waiting a little bit? He was cool. We shook hands. Everything was cool. Then I get a fucking thing from Tesla going, hey, guess what? It's not going to be April, May. It was either May or June. I think it was May.
Supposed to be. Okay.
It was June. Very first part of June, though. And we were just going to live with one car for a fucking month. They say, nope, it's going to be probably like November. So then I'm going, oh, shit, but I already got a full price offer. And I'm thinking, okay, I probably won't get that again. I mean, like, literally, I know what a dealer will give me. So then I'm still not going to do it because I can't go that long without a car. And then I just happened to stop at McDonald Hyundai. And that was that, man. They had that coming in on a Friday. We stopped there on a Wednesday.
That car? The GV?
That car. So I said, I didn't even drive it, didn't even see it. I saw ones like it that weren't the Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
And I just wrote him a fucking check and said, okay, as soon as it's in, it's mine.
So then you sold the other. So now you still have the 2 cars because you bought another one.
Yeah,
you're not sharing a car.
No, but we do every day anyhow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So I've got her Santa Fe.
Which you'll get rid of whenever you...
Fuck, I don't know, man. If I can open up that third car, which will happen, I'll probably keep the Santa Fe. Because I'm like, this thing's so nice, even though it's an SUV. You don't drive this thing.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. If you're new to the area, or if you've been here a while and listen to the show, hey, tell your friends. It's simple as this. If you need some help, you can't afford an attorney, or maybe it's such a small problem, there's no reason to hire an attorney. It could be a bad landlord. It could be a bad doctor, a bad attorney. You get the idea. Any problem you got, 303 Martino. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and literally we try to make your life a little bit better. 303 Martino's a number. I'll always let you know when a line's open, or Suzanne will remind me to remind you. 303 Martino. Now, diesels only. Don's got a problem with them. I'm going to go directly back to Don. But I wanted to update everybody on something. We had a problem. Frank called in, Ethio Motors, sold him a vehicle, a 2014 sedan, and sold him a warranty, I think it was America First warranty, something like that. And it was $1,900 additional. Turns out they never sent in the paperwork for the warranty. So when he brought it to a dealership or where he brought it somewhere, and it needs a motor, by the way, to get the motor done, the dealership called over to the warranty company, and they said, we don't know anything about this warranty. He doesn't have a warranty with us. Turns out that Ethio Motors did not send in the paperwork, so the guy never had a warranty. Now they took his $1,900, but they never sent in the warranty. So now where it stands is Ethio is saying, well, we sent in the paperwork. They're going to go ahead and honor the warranty, but we're the only ones that can work on the vehicle. And in the contract, the guy, Frank, is saying the warranty actually says you can bring it to virtually any dealer, but now they're saying it's got to go back to Ethio. It sounds really fishy, and that's putting it mildly. Suzanne called over to Ethio. What did they say?
Well, they said that it's just going to take some time to process the warranty, order parts. They've only had it a couple of weeks now. They haven't had it since April 1st, like Frank told me, and that they're not sure when it's going to be done, but they're going to start working on it today. And if he wants to come pick up the car, come pick it up. And then I have Jimmy on line 4.
Now,
he was the original Ethio's caller.
What did he mean by if he wants to come pick it up? What, are they irritated the guy's calling?
No, but Frank told me he can't even go pick it up. So that's what I thought he wanted. So
I think
don't know.
what Frank, okay, I got you. Frank, really what you're saying is you want to take it somewhere else.
I didn't say that, but it would be preferable.
You know what? I'm pissed at this entire thing. I think Ethio should let this guy take it wherever he wants to get it fixed. And if it's covered by the warranty, or should be, they should pay for it or have the warranty company do it.
And he said he was doing Moses, that's the owner of the car, Moses a favor by letting him keep it there instead of them being charged dealership storage fees or something like that. I don't really know. I'm like confused in this whole problem, but that's what the guy told me.
That was Moses?
Moses is the owner of the car. Frank is Moses's father-in-law.
I gotcha. I understand. You know what? Here's what I would like. Marty signed in over there. Marty's one of our deputies. We have lots of people that help us out all the time. Marty, I want you to call over to Ethio. What I truly want to know is this. Why can't the guy take it somewhere else? Are they going to handle it? Meantime, real quick, Frank, hold on there, man. Hey, Jimmy, you had a problem with Ethio a while back. What was it?
And he still does.
You still do?
I still do. The car's still with them.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know what? I can legitimately say this. In my opinion, Ethio really sucks now. This is getting insane. What was your issue with him?
Well, my issue was I got the SOS to come out and give me an inspection, and they found like about at least 10 different things that was causing it to be not roadworthy. So when I sent them the paperwork on it, they took the vehicle and they started to work on it, and then they called me and told me to pick it up. I went and picked it up, and then over the weekend, this weekend, I had the brake line come off for where you bleed the brakes.
Did they bleed the brakes?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And what did they say? And what did they say now? So we can say that Jimmy bought a car from Ethio. It had a bunch of problems, but Jimmy didn't get it. I feel like I'm in an episode of Seinfeld. Jimmy didn't get it signed, checked out, did he? Jimmy didn't get it signed. No, you didn't get it checked out. So if you buy a car from Ethio, you should get it checked out just to beat you up a little, because this is what happens if you buy any used car from anywhere. Now, here's the deal, Jimmy. You're sure they bled the brakes, and then the brake line fell off later.
Yeah, apparently they worked on the brakes. I don't know, or maybe it fell off afterwards. I don't know exactly what work they did do because they didn't want to give me paperwork on it.
Where does it stand now?
They have the vehicle, and they said that they'll probably have it ready today again.
Oh, my God. How long have they had it?
Just this morning.
Okay, so you dropped it. Wait a minute. You dropped it off today.
Yes, I dropped it off this morning at 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, I'm not going to beat them up on something that's just one day, but I find this insane. I mean, really, they need to get yours fixed if they said they're going to fix it. More importantly, they need to fix it right. And here's what I'd like to do. What was that phone number for Ethios, Brian? Can you pull that up for me? You know, or Suzanne, what number did you call over there? Do you happen to have it up?
303-227-7777.
Here's what I would really like from our listeners, and I'm being serious. This is why this show works. We have Frank, we have Jimmy. They both have problems. Really, I want to concentrate on Frank's. I don't know how much of an issue Jimmy has, but I can say Frank has a legitimate beef. No matter how you look at it, he bought something from him for $1,900. They did not do their part by sending it into the warranty company. Now the guy really has no warranty, or at least he doesn't have the warranty they sold him, because the warranty they sold him, and listen to me, so when you call these guys up, the warranty that they sold him says he can take it anywhere to get fixed, or any reputable shop, ASE certified, whatever it is. But now they're saying they have to fix it. If that's not fishy as hell, I don't know what is. It does not sound right. And if any of the people listening right now could do me a favor and call up Ethio and ask them nicely, always be nice. 303-227-7777. Easy enough number. 303-227-7777. And simply ask them this. Say, hey, what in the heck is going on? This guy bought a warranty from you. Frank bought a warranty from you, and it's been over a month. You haven't fixed the car. He found out that you never even sent the paperwork into the warranty company. Why can't he take it somewhere else now? Why? Why can't he take it and you guys honor the warranty that you sold him? That's Ethio Motors, 303-227-7777. We got to help this guy out. If you're new to the show, that's how these things work. Now, Suzanne, we can free up Frank, and we can free him up. We're going to have a couple lines open, 303-713-8255. Now, if we could get Sheridan Auto Tech on, in fact, Shannon, would you have her get Sheridan Auto Tech on when she gets a sec? Jerry, what's going on with your problem?
Well, I'm calling because my insurance company left me stranded in Longmont last Sunday. The roadside assistance never showed up.
What does that mean? So your car broke down somewhere?
My car broke down. The alternator blew up, and so I called them, and they said, "Okay, well, we'll send somebody. It'll be an hour." And then the towing company calls me and says, "Oh, well, we'll be there in 45 minutes." At the most, so I waited and they never showed up.
Wait, how long did you wait?
I was stuck there all night.
What do you mean? Wait, how long? Like literally, like 5 hours you waited for these guys?
No, when they didn't show up in 90 minutes, I called them back. They go, okay, well, we'll get somebody else. And the second person never showed up.
And you were by the car the whole time, or are you at your house, or where are you?
I was in the car.
Oh my God, man! Hold on, we're gonna figure out what's going on here. And you're sure you had the coverage, right?
Well, yeah, I do have the coverage. I pay my premium every month, and
it includes roadside assistance.
Says, huh?
And
yes.
Go ahead.
The policy says that even if you have collision and comprehensive, you automatically have 24-hour. Roadside.
Excellent. Excellent. Hold on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. What can we do for this guy? I have a good idea of who I can ask, and he's standing or sitting 4 feet from me. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. He's over there perched. He's ready to jump in and tell me how we can handle this. We're going to find out. Then we're going to go back to that diesels only. We're going to try to get Sheridan from Kevin is not answering his text, so we might have to hold off on that. We're going to figure it out. Hold tight.
It'd been fun to have you on with Ethio. for them to come on and have them talk to you.
I'd love it.
I know. But that would have been fun to listen to.
Yeah. I try to get the business on every single time. The problem is most of them won't. All right, I love this product. It is a loan product for your house. It's a first mortgage, but it's also a line of credit. We call it the liquid loan. In fact, you can go to theliquidloan.com to learn more about it, but here it is in very much basic. You get a first line of credit on the equity of your house. So let's say your house is worth $1 million, you have $300,000 on it, you roughly have a $600,000 line of credit that you can use and access for up to 30 years. That's what makes it great, but on top of that, listen to this, simple interest. You realize on most mortgage products, if not all, with the exception of the liquid loan, you pay the majority of interest up front in the first half of the term. Just go look at your paperwork right now. After 15 years on a 30 is when the interest finally gets down. You pay all of it up front, not with the liquid loan. It's simple interest. Go to theliquidloan.com to find out more. This product has been around for a long time, but unfortunately not in the United States. It's over in Europe. In fact, most people in Europe are used to simple interest. They don't know what the hell we're doing over here. Check it out at theliquidloan.com. They can show you how much you'll save each month right there. Now, how about this? How about getting a little money for the jewelry that's been hanging out? How about you got divorced, you've been hanging on to that old diamond ring or gold ring or silver ring, any precious metal, David Ellis Jewelers. On top of that, Brian, did you realize that if you have gold teeth, they'll buy them? If you got platinum teeth, gold teeth, you know, let's say you pass away and there's some, I don't know, some precious metals inside you. If you can get to them, you might be able to sell them. Here's the bottom line, though. This guy will give you a great price. He'll give you that extra cash, and he'll do it right there on the spot. DavidEllisJewelry.com. They're at 3rd and Clayton, 303-322-8779.
What's up, ladies fans? It's Long Range
You got a titanium hip?
Try and get rid of it. They'll buy it.
Where else are you going to get rid of a titanium hip? This could be good for Jay. Okay, Duran Water Renew. I'm going to do Renew coming back.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 3 1/4 rate and APR with our no closing costs 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years.
Are people still refinancing right now? I mean, I just keep seeing the interest
They have
rates
slowed
going up.
down so much. I can't even tell you.
I've just seen Ideal Home Loans on here, obviously for a new purchase, I guess. But
New purchases, of course, but it has slowed down. I'm not going to say to a halt, but man, it is crazy.
yeah,
Hey, they feasted for how many years?
a long time. Well, it's hard to imagine being able to. I mean, everybody has a low interest rate now.
Unless you have to, you sure. I mean, there's still some reasons to go to a higher interest rate. I mean, if you've got tons of credit card debt and shit.
You want to get money out. Yeah, right.
But man,
I wonder where it'll start hitting the new home purchase. You would imagine at some point.
oh, it's slowing down.
It is
There's no
slowing
doubt.
down right
Oh,
now.
no doubt. Dude, we're hitting a recession head on.
Yeah.
Head on, baby.
In that situation, please know that big cases are usually fought at a very high level, and the quality of your counsel can make a life-saving, multi-million-dollar difference in the outcome of your case. Our track record in big cases speaks for itself. We're a serious firm for serious cases. We take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need our help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551 or hit dancapitalislaw.com.
Shady Grove Fertility honors National Infertility Awareness Week. Infertility is a disease and more common than you may think, affecting 1 in 8 couples. But timely fertility evaluation and treatment can help. So don't wait. Schedule a video consult with a fertility specialist today. ShadyGroveFertility.com.
Dude, we're going to be on the road for 5 weeks.
You are?
Susanna and I.
Are still doing the show, or are you guys just?
No, I'll be on quite a bit. Not every day, but quite a bit.
Your motorhome? Where are you guys going?
The furthest distance where we start heading back is Hilton Head.
Oh yeah.
But we're hitting all kinds of places, man.
Just you two?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Big,
and the dogs.
Yeah, and the much. These are really big, beautiful parks we're going to. Man.
Right.
We did it over COVID 2020. We did almost a month. We went towards California, so we did Utah, Colorado, and Las Vegas, or Nevada.
Do you guys always stay in the motorhome, or do you ever go to a hotel, or do you always just stay?
Dude,
right
I'll take my fucking rig over any hotel.
Really?
Well, there might be a few exceptions.
I was gonna say there's some nice.
No, I take it over any room in the Cosmo. Oh. No, dude, where it's like. All right,
303-713-8255. We have a ton going on. Kevin Calkin with Sheridan Auto Tech. He's pulling up the paperwork on Don's problem. Don had a diesel truck he brought into diesels only September of 2019. And his claim is they did not install it right, or the part wasn't right, and it's been leaking. And because it's been leaking over time for so long, it destroyed some kind of wiring harness that he now needs. So we're going to figure that out. Oh, wow. Suzanne Frank already has an update from Ethio Motors. Is that correct? Very interesting. Hold on. Frank, what is your update?
Yeah, Tom, they called Moses and told him that they can't do anything on the car until something kicks in. Apparently, they said that the warranty hasn't kicked in.
Well, no kidding, because they didn't send the paperwork in. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense, Frank.
I understand. That's why I can't trust these people.
We got to get Smarty Marty on these goes. In the meantime, folks, please call Ethio. I'm going to say it one more time. We can free up Frank there again. Frank, we're not going to leave you stranded, man. We are here to help, and we're going to follow this one through. I cannot believe this company is going to go through this kind of bullcrap. They're the ones that didn't send the paperwork in. They took your kids $1,900 for the warranty, and they never sent the paperwork in. Now they're waiting for paperwork. These guys are crazy. What's wrong with them? Mark's getting angry. 303-227-7777. 777. That's Ethio's number. 303-227-7777. Just ask them, are you guys kidding? You sold them the warranty. You took the money for the warranty. The warranty is on their sales contract. Now you're waiting for paperwork 5-6 months later because you guys forgot to send it in. He's suffering and they don't have a vehicle. In my opinion, you guys suck. That's just my opinion. I hope you come through with it. I really do. I'll be the first one, Ethio. I'll be the first one to get up here and tell everybody, you know what? They messed up. They didn't send the paperwork in, but they took care of the problem. All you have to do is do what's right. I'm not asking you to do anything else but what the hell you should be doing. Now, Jerry, he called right before the break. Here's the deal. This one's kind of interesting. Jerry has automotive insurance. Who is the carrier, Jerry?
It's through Colorado Farm Bureau.
Colorado Farm Bureau. Do you guys represent them, Brian?
Nope, it's a agent. If you're
held hostage by them,
only do them. That's right.
Okay. Is it one of these companies like you got to carry a chicken in the back seat in order to have coverage, or you have to have something like a pig or towing a horse or something?
Are prevalent in more of the outskirts. You don't run into them much in more of the metro areas. So.
Okay, so Jerry, you called because you got stranded. Your alternator broke. Where were you stuck, by the way? Side of the road? Were you stuck
in
where?
Longmont, off exit 119.
Okay, so you were stuck right on the highway, basically.
Well, I was off that exit over there, yeah.
Yeah, that really sucks. So you called up. First they said an hour. Then they said it was going to be 45 minutes. When did they eventually show up, if they ever did show up?
Well, 12 o'clock the next day.
Oh, my Lord. I can't believe this. So, okay, at that point, I would have called someone myself. Did you do that?
Well, no. I called them, and they said, "Oh, well, we finally that other company didn't have anybody overnight, but now they have somebody, so we can send somebody now."
Okay, so then what? Did they send somebody?
Yeah, they did finally, like 12 o'clock.
Okay, so you're calling just to tell everybody how they suck?
Yeah, and also they owe me $416 because they said, "Well, we can't verify coverage, but we'll go ahead and send somebody, but you have to pay." So I paid, and I called the insurance Monday, and they said, "Oh, you did have coverage, by the way." I'm like, "Well, now."
Okay, well, this should be easy. So, Brian, typically, if this was one of the carriers you dealt with, how would this work?
Well, yeah, you would send that in to them and get reimbursed. That's how most roadside assistance works in the first place, is that you can call anybody you want. But I will tell you, this is not an uncommon story. I hear this, that people call these 1-800 numbers the insurance companies are offering.
Yeah.
And no one ever shows up.
So this wasn't even, this was during our last snowstorm. My daughter.
And then you have to call to North Carolina to get service in Colorado.
But Jerry, what Brian is saying, I actually just went through. My daughter went off. We didn't have any damage to the car, but they said they'd be out in an hour. She ended up getting stuck in her own cul-de-sac, so it didn't matter. She walked to the house. But they didn't show up till the next day, man. The next day. So you're in the same boat. But what Brian's saying is because you did pay, all you have to do is send off that receipt to your insurance company, and they'll reimburse you.
I've emailed them all the receipts. I haven't got a reimbursement yet.
Well, did they confirm they're going to, or what are they saying?
They said they were. I said, well, what about,
he just wants it fast.
After I told them that, that I had to stay in the car all night, and it was cold, if they were going to reimburse me for that also, they didn't say anything.
Well, I don't think they're going to reimburse you that. I mean, Brian, have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be through the policy.
Now, curious, though, if there was a hotel right there, would they possibly have paid for that? I don't think so.
I would have, if I'm the agent, I'm pushing hard for that. If he had to go stay in a hotel because he had to sit there and wait all night. But I mean, I don't think they're going to do anything.
The insurance, here's what I want you to do, Jerry. How long ago did you send those receipts to him?
Last Monday.
Okay. Let's give it till next Monday. I mean, typically, how long does this take?
30 days, I would give them.
Oh, my God.
It can take that long.
So, Jerry, let's give them 21 days, okay? And at that point, you call back in. Just remind us. I'm making notes right here. Okay? You just remind us that you already called in. Got it?
Right. But I'm wondering, is that breach of contract? Since
no.
They didn't show up. It's not.
No.
I don't think there's anything in the contract that says they'll be there in a specific period of time, but I'm with you, Jerry. That's terrible service.
No, and it's really, I'll say this, it's really not the insurance company. It's the first tow truck company that they was going to come out, they canceled, and then the second one that was going to be out. It's really the tow truck companies.
They're called Auto Rescue, by the way.
Yeah, rescue, I like that. Auto Rescue. Yeah, what can we say? He makes me think of something. Guess who sent me off an email this morning? Park It Right. The owner of Park It Right. I'll decide whether or not I want to talk about that. I think I'd give him another opportunity to come on the air. But it was a scathing email. Scathing. Hold tight. I'll do those two for sure first. Who do I got? It can't be Ideal and Frank, is it?
Is sponsored by.
Yeah, why is that? What did you just do? Did you do those?
No, I didn't do Frank, but I did. You're good. You're good.
I thought you did David Ellis and
AIM.
Yeah. Am I updating them too soon or not soon enough? Or I can start doing a sign and.
Just shut up.
No, I don't know what you. Do you want me to hold up?
You're doing fine.
You want me to hold up an action figure that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. For today, Cisco drops to 34, and then tomorrow most of Saudi skies.
You did a big sign.
You did Ideal homework.
Yeah, they did.
They have multiple ones.
With your traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30, Hey How.
With prices soaring at the pump, Discover has your back with cashback. Use Discover to earn 5% cash back at gas stations and Target now through June on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/rewards.
You know, if you're buying a new house, you're going to have to get a loan, even if interest rates are up. What I love about the guys at Ideal Home Loans, check this out. Not only are their rates extremely competitive, if not the lowest, they have the interest rate guarantee. So if you have to do a new purchase right now or even a refi and rates go down, which eventually they will, they're going to refi you for free. You can check out their website for all the terms and conditions, but that's the bottom line. Their custom term loans are unbelievable too. Maybe you only want to pay that house off in 10 years or 15 or 20 or 23. You get the idea. Their pre-approval is like shopping with cash. And for people looking at their first house out there that are credit challenged, they do credit optimization. They can actually do a rapid rescore, generally within 24 hours, and get you a better score to qualify for a better rate or to qualify, period, for that first house. 303-867-7000 for your next ideal home loan. Now, I praise this man. I love him. I use him personally. His name is Frank Duran. In fact, he's Frank Duran, the real estate man, and no other name would fit him. He lives, he breathes, selling your house and negotiating something you want to buy. He has sold a house for us. He has purchased a house for us numerous times. Frank Duran is the best realtor out there. I don't know how else to put it. Straightforward. I know you got a brother-in-law or sister-in-law or a neighbor that's a realtor. If you want the most money for your house, and I mean the most money, it'll offset any kind of percentage he takes. You call Frank Duran. It's simple as that. And if you want to negotiate that beautiful home you're looking at, that's Frank Duran as well. He'll do a free evaluation, tell you what your house is worth right now with zero pressure. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet and the best negotiator. FrankDuranHomes.com, FrankDuranHomes.com.
Your return for travel starts at the Denver Travel and Adventure Show. Discover thousands of
You have a timer going on over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at it. It's just, I mean, when I do a week or two, I got it nailed down, but when I'm just...
Like, how long was that Frank Duran one?
Both of them put together were 1 minute and 43 seconds.
Okay.
The ideal was a 60, the Frank was a 30, so I was 13 over on the block.
On one or both of them, or somewhere around there.
I was short, not short, but I was under by a second or two on ideal, so I was over on Frank.
Your free consultation and free blood flow evaluation. 1-800-210-8181. Peak Performance for Men helps over 80% of men who receive the treatment experience long-term improvement. Let the experts at Peak
Long-term improvement.
All it takes is one phone call for a free consultation.
Am I the only one that picked that up, or is that bullshit?
I didn't hear what he
It's
said.
an ED commercial.
Oh.
And he goes, long-term improvement.
Yeah, it really stressed the lung, is what you're saying?
You should have been here yesterday, because Shannon's in there showing the detector thing.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have been here yesterday, is what he said.
Tom is like freaking out. He goes, bro, don't even talk to me about that. He's showing it over here. Yeah, this is what I use.
I had a buddy that his dad was in Vietnam, got hurt down there. I don't know what happened. But when he'd have sex with his wife, he had to insert this, like, metal rod. And literally, that's what it was. Yes, baby girl.
So, Kevin for line 1.
Yep.
Line 3, heard you somebody talking about Attic fans, had questions, wanted to know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so line 2, I already have Jay Pretz on standby for, so don't harass me. As soon as you take her, I'll get Jay Pretz on, I'll tell him what the problem is.
You might want to ask Amanda what manufacturer it is, just so Brett.
You're looking at the notes. Tamco, glue defective.
Oh.
I'm already on it.
Well, you might ask.
I need a raise.
You might ask what kind of glue it is.
Did you add our vehicle? Smart ass.
He told me about it. I just need the VIN.
So in other words,
I did in the paperwork.
I did my part.
What?
Brian hasn't done his part.
He's giving me this much information.
You just need the
I just
VIN?
need a little bit more, yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and then I need to get the other car removed, right?
Yeah.
The
G90.
G90. He sold that. He was
Saturday.
heartbroken Saturday.
I know. I'm actually a little sad. That is a sweet car. I love those.
But the GV80, it's matte colored. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's really nice.
What color?
It's a gray. They only did 2 matte colors.
Okay.
It's the Prestige Signatures.
They did 300 gray and 300 white.
That's pretty. I can't believe you got it.
It was out front. I don't know.
Oh,
if you
you
saw
want to
it.
hear
I
something
didn't
really
look for
crazy?
it when I get there.
So last week, Thursday. Wasn't
Oh,
that
yeah.
Addie's birthday?
No, Wednesday. We were at Topgolf. Same
We
one
pull
right
up
next
to
to
Topgolf, right next to us, the exact fucking car.
Real? There's 300 of them?
There's 300 of them. The exact same one.
Wow. I'll have to look it up when I'm leaving.
It's pretty.
The mat's a pain in the ass, though. It comes with a whole book on paint. Don't go through car washes. Don't wax.
Really?
No, oh, my God.
It has to be touchless car wash.
Yeah. In fact, they kind of even frown on that. But, yeah.
My wife's car is not, it's not matte, but it's that wolf gray.
That's kind of what this is, but it's matte. 303-713-8255. We have one line open. I'm hoping Ethio, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to recap the story for the umpteenth time, but I'm hoping people are reaching out to them at 303-227-7777 and ask them why they're selling freaking warranties and they don't turn in the freaking paperwork, and then they punish the guy, the customer. Not good, guys, not good. All you have to do is start fixing it. No matter what you screwed up and you're responsible. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech on a referral list at referrallist.com. Kevin, what's going on, man? How are you doing?
Hey, Mark. What are you up to? Good.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff, man. It's the only show in the world I could be talking to a doctor about a medical malpractice and then a homeless guy that, something happened to him, and then an automotive question. So I appreciate you coming on, and ironically, I believe you looked at Don's vehicle. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah. He's got an older F-350 diesel.
Yeah, so he went to diesels only back in September of 2019. They did an oil pump, a high-pressure oil pump, and then apparently it's been leaking ever since, according to what Don thinks, and it has destroyed some kind of wiring harness. Now there's electrical issues, and that's probably why it ended up at your place, is because you guys are, you guys know what you're doing on electrical problems more than anybody. So what is your opinion of what happened?
Well, the oil leak did cause some issues because anytime oil leaks into a wiring harness, it starts dissolving the coating on the wiring, turns it into mush. So it's needs to be replaced.
Kevin, I would never argue that in a million years. What I'm arguing, or not even arguing, what I'm more curious is, well, let me put it this way. If Don was calling up and said, Kevin from Sheridan Auto Tech installed an oil pump in September of 2019, now 2+ years later, here's what Don thinks going on, what would you say?
Well, I'd certainly get it in and look and try to make some agreement with him, whether it's still under warranty or not, or, maybe I'll cover some labor, he covers some parts, we'll arm wrestle over. I mean, we'll
so I know you guys would, but I guess really my question for you is, do you think that was leaking the whole time, or it started leaking a year later? Let me just pull Don up real quick.
That's really hard to say, Mark, because it's, once we get it, it's hard to do forensics on an oil leak. It was a period of time for it to soak into the wiring that much.
Yeah, it would. Don, do you want to add anything? I mean, I'm skewing this for a reason, but I mean, please.
No, and I definitely agree that it's hard to tell how long that leak was. But my point is diesels only they just blew me off like, okay, no big deal. Sorry that happened to you, but we got other things to do. I called Napa and I got a price quote from them for a high pressure oil pump, and basically the same price that they gave me at diesels only, except for the fact that they told me, I asked them what the warranty on it was. Factory warranty was 3 years.
What is the warranty? Kevin, do you know if that was a Napa part?
Without seeing an invoice, I wouldn't know. But we're at Napa Auto Care, and we have a 3-year $36,000 on all Napa.
Oh, I know Sheridan does. Here's my question though. So if he can figure out where they got the actual oil pump, and let's say it was Napa, Kevin, is there any way you can get Napa to pick up some of it?
Possible, sure.
Don, do you know where they bought it?
I actually do not know where they bought it. I do know that they had it on the shelf.
Well, it's going to be whoever their first call is back in 2019. I mean, whoever stocks them, I would assume. I mean, it could be anybody. If it is Napa, that could be good. You need to do a little legwork here, man. Listen, there was no warranty on your invoice. At least you told me that. There is no warranty. So I don't think we're going to be able to make the argument they owe you anything. We don't know if this thing started leaking, a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, or 2 years and 4 months ago. It doesn't matter. So let's think of what we could really do to help you. And one of the things would be find out where that part is. Kevin, if it's not Napa, what do most manufacturers have? I don't even know. When I owned my shops, it was Napa was my first call. I also had factory motor parts, but
factory motors out there, yeah. Some of them are lifetime.
Yeah.
If you go OE, I mean, you go to Ford, it may only be 1212 or 2424. So
they're not going to have an OE on the shelf. No way.
But they have to have warranty stated on their invoice. That's a biggie.
Or they have no warranty.
Well, then they have to say no warranty.
I got you. That's part of the Automotive Repair Act.
Absolutely.
Hey, can you send us that your invoice from them, Don? Do you even have it?
I'm looking at it, and there's, like I said, there is no mention of any warranty anywhere on it, whether there is a warranty or is not a warranty.
Yeah, well, okay, but anyhow, I still feel like we're getting off into the weeds. I don't know what kind of argument we're going to make off of that. Now, we're not talking something that would be punishable by something you would get, Don. If they did not put the proper things according to regulations on their invoice, that's something the state would punish them for. You'd end up with nothing. It's not going to do anything. What I would like to figure out is where did that part come from? Why don't you give them a call, see if you can figure out where that part came from. Then we can ask Kevin what that company or that manufacturer's warranty is, and he might be able to help you out. Hopefully it came from Napa, and you might get a lot more covered.
Okay.
Okay, are you going to work on that?
I can give them a call. I don't know how they're going to respond to me, because I think they pretty much know where what my opinion is. My opinion is
let's do this. Maybe we should have Suzanne. Let's have Doc call over then. Let's have someone call over. Scott, do you want to do it after? I mean, you got to do video now. You want to do it after the show or sometime?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, let's do that. Hold on. We're going to give this one to Scott. So, Don, we need a copy of that invoice first thing. Suzanne will tell you where to email that. Then we're going to call over and just try to figure out where that part came from. Maybe we'll have better luck calling from here to get the info, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hold tight. All right. Kevin, I appreciate it as always.
Anytime, Mark.
Hey, but real quick, that warranty you guys have. First of all, you got multiple shops. I've used you guys. Tom has used you. You got great shops, but you just said something that my ear kind of poked up a little. 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty?
Yeah, we're gold certified Napa auto repair.
Wow.
So the top level in Napa. And it's a great warranty. It helps us compete with the Midases and Firestones who have nationwide shops.
And the dealers out there.
Yep.
You guys really...
You call a number, they find a repair shop where you are, and they'll send you there and get it fixed and take care of it.
Do you guys still find that people that have newer vehicles, let's say with 5,000 or 10,000 miles, think they have to go to the dealership to keep the warranty? Or do people know now they can virtually bring it anywhere?
Well, yeah, they know, and the dealers are so cumbersome because they're 2 months out.
Easily.
You want an oil change, and you got to go in July or something.
Yeah,
so,
Sheridan Auto Tech, these guys are great. I can't say good enough things about them. Kevin's been in the business forever. They got multiple locations. Go to SheridanAutoTech.com or give them a call, 303-455-7242. We're going to keep track of this one. Hopefully we have a good update from Scott tomorrow that we can at least figure out where this came from. I want to get back to solving problems, and now I'm kind of talking out loud. We need to take a problem in, we need to fix the problem, and then we need to report back on it. I mean, really, that's what we do, and we're damn good at it, and we need to do better communicating that to the public. Honest to God, we do. Now, Bezos, tell me this is the guy that owns Amazon. Bezos, you've got a comment on Ethio Motors. What is that comment, sir? Bezos.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a female.
What is your comment on Ethio Motors?
So I was just wondering, because I bought so many cars, like my family members and stuff. I never had issues with them.
Well, aren't you a
So when I
lucky
heard-
duck?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you because
I'll
I have
tell
my
you.
car now
You
for about
can
5
tell
years, so I'm curious.
You
Is
can
this
tell me
something I should be-
exactly that. You can tell me that you've had good luck with them. I can tell you this guy did it. I can tell you for a fact another guy called after him and did it. And here's the deal. If you buy a car from anybody and they sell you a warranty for $1,900, like in this case, and then they don't send the paperwork into the warranty company, you have no warranty. This guy now needs an engine and he has no warranty. And Ethio's not doing a damn thing but telling him he's got to wait for some kind of paperwork. So what would you do?
Well, I don't know who you're talking about or whatever, but in my case, I do have a warranty on one of my cars.
You better check.
But yeah, I mean, I did pretty
you better
much
check.
because
You think I'm kidding. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think you're a plant. I don't mind if you're a plant. Go ahead. Why don't you say a
what?
commercial for him? A plant,
who?
like you work for him.
I don't work for who?
Ethio.
I don't work for
Okay.
Ethio.
How do you know
sir.
you have a warranty then? How do you know that?
I had a issue on my car because it's a used car I purchased, and I got my transmission changed, sir. I mean, are you this angry all the time? My God.
Sometimes. I am when it comes to Ethio.
Wow.
I am when it comes to
I don't know
Ethio.
who pissed in your stereo
I
this morning,
think you're a
sir.
plant.
I was just
I think
calling
you're
to
a
be like,
plant.
I have
You're
no.
a plant. She's a plant. I'm sure of it.
Mark's getting upset.
Mark's getting upset. Someone call over to Ethio at 303-227-7777 and ask for, what was her name?
Bezos.
Bezos. I bet she answers. She's a plant. I have done this long enough. I know when there's a plant. Shannon, was that a plant? What do you think? Hell yeah. Oh, I bought in 1 million cars. Never had any kind of issue whatsoever.
Her
And I
name
got
might as well have been
warranties.
Ficus.
God. You guys been watching this Johnny Depp trial. I promise I'll go right to the phones. I already got people screaming. But I've got to say a few things about that. Amanda's got a serious problem, though, with her shingles. In fact, I think she needs a new roof. It should be under warranty. And then Bruce has a question. Everybody hold on. She's a fucking plant. Don't you think?
She was awfully defensive. Yeah. She was
Are you
awfully
always
defensive.
this angry?
Right.
Yes.
You haven't seen anything.
When it comes to Ethio.
Hey, by the way, you teased your scathing email and nothing.
Construction work on Santa Fe between Iowa and Mississippi. Delays there. Now looking at I-70, overall it's in good shape, but there is a crash.
Empower reverse. Dang it. I gotta find this, guys.
Fox 31, pinpoint weather 74 for today's high.
Where's that billboard and action figure?
For tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, dry with a high reading of 88. Currently, it's
Did you see the donkey out front yesterday? What the hell was that?
Oh, Blake had his picture taken with the donkey.
Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
You can call Mark Massey with Empower Reverse Mortgage anytime and ask him anything about a reverse mortgage. He's always going to give you the skinny. He's going to give you the truth. He can actually tell you if that is right for you or not. If you're over 62 years old in most cases and your house has some equity in it, you can live there for the rest of your life, never have a payment, get a line of credit attached to it, or even monthly payments some people rather have just for living. Maybe it's time to take that vacation. Maybe you want to buy a new house and actually downsize, but buy it with a reverse mortgage. Mark will talk to you about everything. 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719. Now let's talk about Excel Roofing. Jay Bretz is the owner. I love Jay. In fact, we're probably going to get him on a little later on the show if we can get a hold of him to help out Amanda. But here's the deal. When I needed a new roof, who did I call? Excel Roofing. When Tom needed a new roof, who did he call? About 4 times. Excel Roofing. The roof they put on my house is incredible. It is actually a synthetic process, or a synthetic product that looks just like, not like a shingle, but like a piece of wood. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it is hail-proof, proof, up to 2-inch hail. If we get 2-inch hail, it's popping holes in cars. So I will never pay a deductible again on my roof. And on top of that, I saved a ton of money on my homeowner's insurance. You got to check these guys out. ExcelRoofing.com. ExcelRoofing.com.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both.
She was a shill!
Went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s. Isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose...
You know, I think ETO is kind of an ethnic-owned dealership, and she did kind of sound, it doesn't matter, but she did kind of have...
It has nothing to do with anything besides what she had to say. She's bought multiple cars from them. Everyone's been perfect, and the warranties are great.
She even had to test that warranty.
Yeah, she bought it. She got a transmission.
She got a transmission. Flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
You know, you guys keep hearing me talk about Blue Sky CBD, and I can only say that my experience using these products...
Honest to God, would you bet that she was a plant?
I'm on their website seeing if I get a staff list.
So funny. If we found that, if I could attach them to that right now.
They tested at 2,700 milligrams. That's basically a free extra 200 milligrams. I got plenty. Also, wanted to let you know that if you use promo code KOA/KO.
Internet here is so slow.
Feel free to use promo code DAVE.
What's that?
The internet here is super slow.
Oh man, it's the computer.
Yeah,
the internet's actually fast as hell.
Okay.
That computer is second. Actually, it's probably the worst now. This one they finally upgraded, and it's pretty decent. This one's been okay. The internet itself is
fast,
extremely fast.
Yeah, there's no
Bezo or whatever.
There's no staff list.
Yeah.
I was hoping, but
I mean, how can anybody stand up for someone in the position this guy has been put in? That's why I know she's a shill.
Well, yeah. Why would you call to say I've had good luck? We're talking about a specific circumstance. This guy did. You know, it's not that he didn't just have a. Even if they screwed up, if they would just stand up and say, "We'll take care of it."
No, now they're telling us they're giving them the runaround.
Yeah.
Hey, can you pull up Jive Talking? I'm gonna have you play it in the background when I start talking about Ethio.
Suzanne's just laughing in there.
You know what their mission is?
To take your money for warranties and not send it in.
Much like Bezos said, Ethio Motors is founded on trust, integrity, and respect.
Wow.
They're proud to offer these values in our sales and business practices, so our customers keep coming back.
The league said you look good today.
All right, 303-713-8255. I still swear that lady was a shill.
So, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
We've got 2 calls now. People that have called the dealership since
Yes.
we've had our listeners call them. They said, yes, she's the receptionist.
She's the receptionist.
You were right.
Yes,
I thought you were being harsh.
You plant. You plant. That's exactly what she was a plant. Can you believe it? Oh, okay, so we're talking about a problem. I don't even know where to go. I could get off on such a tangent on these guys. I could do it for 6 hours, but I'm not going to bore everybody in the world with it. But these guys need to stand up to the plate. Why don't you call, what's your name again? The shill.
Jesus, I think she went by Ruth when I originally called.
That's great. So she's got, you know what? I'd have 8 names there if I worked there too. Ethio Motors, 303-227-7777. Just ask them to honor the warranty. Let's get back to the reality here. The absolute reality of what's going on. This guy bought a vehicle 5-6 months ago plus. He paid for a warranty through Ethio. They didn't send in the paperwork. Now he needs a motor, and he's up the creek without a paddle because of these guys. The vehicle's been down there at their place for a month because he can't bring it to anywhere else. Ethio Motors. If you want to buy something and never get it, I suggest you go to Ethio Motors. 303-227-7777 and tell the shill I said hello. Hey, Marty, you got an update on Ethios I see just popped up?
Yeah, lots of
Hold on, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it after the break. I gotta go to Amanda real quick. Amanda, what's going on with this roof?
Well, basically, they changed all their warranty practices after a dozen or plus of my neighbors got a new roof. We have defective glue on it. And
how do you know, Amanda, how do you know you have defective glue?
Well, I talked to Jack Canton Roofing. They're the ones who got the best reviews.
All right, hold on. I'm going to come back to you right after break, and we're going to get an expert on that knows more about roofing than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. 303 Martino is the number. Hold tight. We'll be back. 2 more hours to go.
She's a receptionist.
She's a shill.
You lost your mic.
She's a shill.
You lost your mic. That's what I'm laughing at. I know. I thought you were being a little rough on the girl. I'm like, dang, what is she?
At first I was like,
I know, it's a cringe.
Oh, man, it came through.
Right.
He's right. It came
I
through.
hate it when he's right, Brian.
When she came back with her, like, you're so angry, I thought,
Yeah,
you don't get this defensive. Why even call? Why are you calling?
I know.
Well, I bought numerous cars from him with warranties.
Fucking shill.
Oh,
she didn't even know what I was saying. I said, "You're a plant." She thought I was calling her
like a philodendron.
She thought I was calling her a plant. No, you dummy. You're a shill. What the hell's a shill?
And then Shannon's got a scrolling screen for your lives.
Yeah, I saw him turning around.
Does he?
He had a billboard up for you.
All right, what do you want to... I already know what we're going to talk. We're going to talk about my house.
Yep.
And you pulled a report, and I had to up it. I want to talk about...
that, Tom started with talking about the replacement cost.
What? How's that possible? COVID's gone. Okay, I want to talk a little commercial. I'll tie those people into mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Because really, those people that we're not going to be able to do much with. But me, I can do something, which I just did.
Right.
And then commercial, I'm just going to ask about pricing in general, too. Because it wasn't long ago, everybody was getting a rebate because they weren't driving. I assume all that shit's gone.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore. I will tell you, commercial is even a bigger problem with the replacement cost because there is no extended replacement cost. There's no such thing.
It's $100,000. It's $100,000.
Or your co-insurance, so you get penalized on top of it. So commercial is a way bigger problem. Residential, there's just way more of it, obviously. So
got it. Hit the restroom.
And whether former President Trump will be allowed back on the social networking platform. Trump issued a statement shortly before the deal was announced, saying he won't return to the platform after weeks of clashes, arrests, and violence in Israel.
With Passover and Easter behind us and Ramadan coming to a close, tensions falling here in Jerusalem.
Did you guys think that chick was a plant, or did you think I was going off the rails? I'm curious. I could tell right away she was a freaking plant.
Is there something going on?
No, I was talking to them. I'm asking them if they thought,
Oh, you're talking to the listeners?
Yeah, I was asking them if they thought I jumped on that too quick, or if they thought she was a plant, a philodendron.
A ficus, as Shannon said.
A ficus, yes.
When, oh no, you hit the longest red light in town. What's this? You're smiling because your car smells amazing. You just installed a Febreze carpet? 5 weeks ago, with up to 40 days of consistent Febreze scent, those lights can stay red for as long as they like.
J-Howe News Time, 12:03. A bill to crack down on fentanyl dealers and provide money for things like test strips and the lock zone has passed Colorado State House. Representative Leslie Harris.
When we introduced this bill, we did so to address a real problem in our communities and state lives. People are dying from fentanyl poisoning. They are overdosing, many because they are unknowingly taking a lethal dose of this drug.
An amendment to make the possession of any grams of fentanyl a felony failed. The state Senate will now consider the bill with the Judiciary Committee holding a hearing today. The head of Colorado Parks and Wildlife is on leave after a public remark that has been condemned as racist. Dan Trenslow is apparently trying to thank a black employee for her work earlier this month, but he said there she is in the back of the bus, referring to the employee's seat in the back of the road. The employee and dozens of other people angered by the comment have called for Trenslow to be fired. And now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
You can't make this stuff up.
What's that?
Oh, she's the receptionist.
Well, of course.
It's just...
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And Brian thought she was a legitimate call.
I was a little bit cringing when you started yelling at her, but then it became apparent.
There's been a couple times, it hasn't happened in a while, where it is so evident we're talking to a cracker meth head. I mean, it's so evident, it's unbelievable. But somehow it goes right over Martino's radar. The last time, we gave the guy $200, and he shows up here. Holy shit, he smelled like meth. He looked like meth. He had meth mouth. It was, and then he dropped off the face of the earth after he got $200. He was going to borrow it for a week.
It never saw him again?
Oh, never heard from him again.
He needed to make a car payment by the next day. It was Thursday, and he needed to make half of...
It's a perfect story.
...regular car payment by Friday, so his car wouldn't get towed.
And
or taken to auction.
So I'm hearing him. I didn't hear when he initially called in because I wasn't here, but he calls back in the next day. And I'm like, this guy doesn't sound right. We're going to give him $200, expecting it to come back. And Tom's like, oh, you're such a negative Nelly.
You guys helped somebody. There was someone quite a while back, years ago, where you got him a car, and then you were trying to help him with his insurance, and he was someone that had been in jail, maybe.
God, I don't remember that one.
You don't remember it?
But we helped him get a car?
Yes. You did.
Figures.
Yep.
The worst, and I bring her up all the time. We got her a place to live. I believe it or not, I can't think of her freaking name right now. We got her a place to live. It was in a fully finished basement in this lady's house. She was turning tricks in the fucking basement.
Oh my gosh.
You couldn't make it up.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help with
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
That was a wonderful Steve Moss, by the way. Steve Moss is who wrote that song for us, our intro song. By the way, this is the only show of its kind. If you're new to the show, it's simple. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We get involved. We try to help. We use the power, yes, and I mean it, the power of the media to put pressure on people that are jerks. Let's just say it how it is. You got any issue, 303-Martino, I'll let you know when the line's open. We're just moving along. We got a lot of stuff today. I do want to touch base with my guest, Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. Thank God I called you. No, actually, you guys reached out to me, and I called you back. You know what I'm talking about. What happened?
Well, we've been reaching out to a lot of our clients about their dwelling limits, kind of to the point that Tom mentioned at the beginning of the show, where people are underinsured right now.
Like 85% of the people in Boulder apparently are underinsured. Right. Their house is totally gone, and they can't even afford to rebuild.
Right.
And they still have a mortgage.
And these policies that they think are going to be covering them for replacement cost have a dwelling limit.
Because they're, you know why? Oh, we're so dumb because we're consumers. Someone says, oh, you have replacement cost insurance. Well, it doesn't even mean that. We are sheep. We are. Yeah. We are sheep. There's no doubt about it. Here's the bottom line. I don't care. I live in Franktown, and I live in the woods. I mean, simple as that. I have an issue. If our neighborhood catches on fire, our house is most likely gone. I mean, simple as that. So you called us up, and sure enough, we were underinsured by how much? This is amazing.
By about $400,000 is what we ended up.
It was $400,000. Yeah. I was underinsured by $400,000. 2 years ago they checked, and I was fine. So when you check on something like that, do you reach out to the carrier? How do you get the actual number of what replacement cost is?
So we've always used what the industry has a replacement cost estimator. It's from a company called Marshall, Swift & Beck. That's kind of the industry standard.
Got it.
But after the Boulder fire, we realized it's not accurate. It's not keeping up with what the actual cost of reconstruction is. So we're using real numbers from the Boulder fire and saying, hey, if something happened to your house, it would cost this much to rebuild it based off of these numbers.
And the cleanup numbers, even if people didn't lose their home, the cleanup numbers to get rid of soot and ash and all the airborne stuff that ends up in your house when the house next door to you burns down is incredible. Yeah. I mean, your average cleanup is $100,000, $200,000 on a dwelling.
Yeah, especially up there because they have so many rules and regulations of how you have to handle the things that are being pulled out of the house.
It's crazy. But anyhow, today we are doing the CompassInsuranceGroup.com is our website. But if you call this number I'm going to give you, they're going to make sure, honestly, you can be a client of theirs or not a client of theirs. They're going to let you know if you're uninsured. I mean, you guys can do that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, 303-996-9000. And what I love about them, they're going to shop for you, get the best price too. If these guys can't beat whoever you have now, I'm usually mystified by it. They have used, Suzanne and I have used these guys for coming up on 10 years. I mean, easily 10 years. They reshop, they make sure everything's good, automotive, commercial. You guys even did workman's comp for us. You've done all kinds of stuff for us. 303-996-9000. You can call them up right now. You send over your declaration page, and they're going to tell you how much they can save you. Do it. I mean, seriously, do it. And then call into the show in the next couple hours and tell us how much they're going to save you. And you're going to find out you're underinsured on that dwelling. And if you're by a lot of trees or any kind of risk of fire, you're absolutely crazy not to make the call. 303-996-9000. Now, I'm going to go back to Amanda. Amanda, you said not only yourself, but some other neighbors had some roofs done. Was it after a hailstorm?
No. This is just a problem that came up in our neighborhood. We found out that the shingles that were put on in 2017 had defective glue.
Well, okay, hold on.
Over a dozen.
But hold on. Is it like a home builder like KB Homes, and they're all the same roof, all the same roofer?
Yes.
Okay, now we're making a little more sense.
Tamco, yeah, they used Tamco shingles that year.
Who was the builder?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm the second owner.
Okay, I understand. But in 2017, these homes were built. And what is actually going on? Like, this Tamco glue is defective. Are the shingles just, like, blowing off or what?
No, the pebbles. I mean, the asphalt. I don't know what you call it.
Oh, you mean the actual
granules?
the granules on the actual? Wow, I
Roof
did not.
coming off.
All right, hold on a second. Jay Bretz, Excel Roofing. Jay, what's going on, man?
Hey, I want to get a new vehicle and get an extended warranty or a used vehicle.
Boy, you're just, what are you poking the bear? The guy's poking the bear. You know what? You sound like a shill, too. Unbelievable, Jay. Hey, Jay, on a serious note, have you heard of a Tamco glue problem?
What it is Tamco's a shingle, and let me be as diplomatic and politically correct as possible.
Cheap as hell. That's what he's going to say. It's cheap.
I didn't say that. It's used on a lot of new construction homes.
Got it.
And they do have problems sometimes. And what happened on those particular shingles, this is my guess, when they put the granules onto the shingle, they go through a roller. If that roller puts them on with too much pressure, they actually don't stay on very well, and the granules will pop off later.
Is this a known issue that you've run into?
It's a known issue with every manufacturer, and it's part of the quality process when the shingles are manufactured. So I think that the granules were probably overpressed on those shingles, and that's what's causing them to prematurely fall.
How does a warranty generally work when you buy a new house and the builder, let's just say KB Homes or Lennar, whoever it is, do you actually get the manufacturer of the shingle warranty? Probably not, right?
I believe so, Mark. I think that if you're the first owner of the house, the bad news for Amanda, she's the second owner now. And maybe if that warranty had been re-registered to her within the first 30 days, that might have continued coverage. But I don't know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda.
There are actually many of my neighbors have had their roof replaced with absolutely no issues, and they're the second owners on the house.
Well, why aren't they? Wait a second. Then why aren't they covering yours? What is their excuse?
They really won't talk to me or email me. I sent in everything according to their request. They had a roofer come out and remove the shingles that were damaged. We mailed them in, and then all of a sudden they changed their process. They stopped taking phone calls. They said, we're only dealing with Turner Roofing, and he comes out and he said, no go. But they would never tell me what the analysis of the shingles was.
Wait a second. So
their expert came out and said he didn't think there was enough damage on her roof.
Tanner Roofing.
Whoever. Turner, I think.
Turner Roofing. Are they a big outfit? Do you know of them, Jay?
If it's Turner Morris, they would be a big outfit. If it's Turner something else, then no, I don't know.
Would you guys mind taking a look at her roof? Well, before I even ask you that, Jay, Amanda, where are you located?
I'm in Monument.
You know what? The way Jay was poking at me, I was hoping you said like Aspen, and I was going to see if I could get him up there. But Jay, would you mind taking a look at her roof and let us know really your opinion on it?
Certainly. We'll go out there and do that, but it sounds like she has done everything correct so far.
Yep.
She filled out the paperwork. What the process is for everybody else out there, you pull a shingle off of the roof and send it to the manufacturer, and then they do their own analysis, and they'll tell you if they believe the shingle is defective or not, and if they say it's defective, that's when they'll normally go ahead and pay to replace it. Pay the warranty cost. But the warranty cost, that's a whole different thing, too, because some manufacturers will only pay for the shingles. They don't pay for the labor. They don't pay for the dump fees, things like that. So when people are out there
paying for
shopping
absolutely everything. I don't mean to interrupt, but they've been
She's saying a bunch of her neighbors have gotten everything done.
They had the last neighbor I know who had it done, though, they ran out of the shingles at our level that they were replacing with, and they had to upgrade them for free. They've been paying for everything, dozens of neighbors. All of a sudden, I submit mine 2 weeks later. They won't even tell me what the analysis on my shingle was.
Well, let's do this. First of all, let's find out if there's a valid complaint. There's been a lot of times where I have thought there is roof issues, whether manufacturing or hail damage, and it turns out that the caller or the customer really just simply doesn't know because they're not a roofer. Jay sends the guys out. They'll look at it. We're getting honest feedback on it. Jay, do you have a relationship with this manufacturer?
With Tamco, yes, we do. We can take a look at the roof, and then we can give Amanda some good advice, what we think, and if she needs us to call so we can do that. I'm not sure how much help that'll be. Tamco's not the easiest company to get to pay for new warranty deals like this, but it sounds like her neighbors had great success.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that because that actually surprises me.
So let's do this. That's where we're going to leave it. Amanda, we're going to get involved. I want to follow this problem through. Knowing Jay, he's going to have somewhere out there to look at your roof within this week, which would be great. Then we'll get back with an update. We'll figure out what's going on. And if we find out, and if Jay and the gang there at Excel Roofing say, yeah, this looks like a defect, this should be covered, we'll go to bat for you big time. We'll get this taken care of for you if that's the case, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really
Hold on.
appreciate the help.
Hold on there. I appreciate that. And then, Jay, I want to ask you something, man. So, my roof, I was trying to explain during one of the spots I was doing for you. It doesn't look like a shingle, and it doesn't look like a piece of wood. It doesn't really look like slate. What the hell would you say it looks like? Not what is it made of. I know it's hail-proof. I know it's some kind of heavy plastic composite, but how would you describe what it looks like? I think it's beautiful, but I don't know what the hell that would be called if it was natural.
Yeah, I was listening to your spot. You did a pretty good job on that. I would call it a synthetic plastic. Synthetic plastic.
Yeah, but what does it look like? If you look at my house, I live out in the woods. It doesn't look like I have synthetic plastic on my house.
No, it doesn't. So wood shingles, not a wood shake, but a wood shingle is cut pretty thin. It's usually about 3/8 of an inch thick.
Got it.
Your roof looks in between a wood shingle and an asphalt shingle. It's kind of in between, and I think that's why you're struggling.
Yeah.
With what it looks like.
I love it. And I'm not going to lie to anybody. It costs more. There is no doubt about it. But I'm telling you, what is the wind speed up to, like 120 or something on there, and then 2-inch diameter hail? I mean, if I have to put a claim in because of a storm, I am telling you there is damage beyond belief everywhere.
That's absolutely right. Your metal barn will probably have to be completely replaced.
Yep.
All the siding and windows on your house will be taken out. I mean, in devastating hail, there's not many products that are going to survive. But that's a good one because unless the hail is just, almost like baseball size or something, that roof is going to survive the storm. And you're not going to have to be dealing with putting on a new roof and having to pay the deductible and all that other stuff.
No, I'm done. I'm done with deductibles. In fact, I raised mine up with Compass Insurance sitting next to me to $10,000 for hail and wind perils simply because I know I'm not going to have any issue. Hey, Jay, I really do appreciate it. And Excel Roofing, I can't emphasize this enough. First of all, it's one of the largest companies in Colorado when it comes to roofing. They're always going to be there after the sale for any warranty issues, unlike any of these door knockers. And the most important part, or not really, but the part I love the best, you don't pay a cent until you're content. They come out, and when you're happy, you pay them. Any roofer that wants money up front, and I'm sorry, we have some on our referral list, and they're great roofers, but I do not agree with paying money up front. You should not pay money up front for virtually any kind of contracting, unless if you got some special order. Maybe if you order the shingles like I did, maybe. But I'm just saying, with Excel Roofing, you don't pay a cent until you're content. Thank you, Jay. Excel Roofing, I got to take a break. Bruce has a question or a problem with an attic fan. Loretta's got a neighbor that's claiming her fence. In other words, he's saying, that's my fence, not yours. And then Jim's got a problem with Alaska Airlines. We actually know an insider that works for Alaska Airlines. That could come in handy. That and a lot more right after this. Rocky Mountain IV.
I thought you were screwing with you. I thought it said Rocky 4.
Rocky 4. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is that your company?
Hold on. Did you know Rocky Mountain IV Medics, they accept HSA and FSA plans So here's the bottom line. You want to have someone come out and put an IV in you and just hydrate you, give you vitamins through the IV. You realize it's the #1 and the most common thing a hospital does for any kind of therapies when you're in the hospital. Maybe you drank a little too much last night. Maybe you're a little hungover. Maybe you just want to treat the entire office to Rocky Mountain IVs coming out and pumping everybody with vitamins. They also help migraines, by the way, any kind of trauma. You got to check these guys out. They're the same price to come to you as most of these IV bars that you can drive to. 720-987-2155, office, home, pretty much anywhere. Rocky Mountain IV Medics, 720-987-2155.
And is being pushed by special interests in the Colorado legislature. This bill gives eye surgery privileges to optometrists who are not medical doctors or...
What's the matter with an optometrist doing some? I wonder why this is a
because they haven't gone to medical school.
They're probably good, though, to do it. Is there other states where they do it? There must be.
I don't know.
You know who's bitching about this? I mean, the whole lobbyists are going to be the ones that did go to school.
Yeah. I mean, I always go see an ophthalmologist because I feel better, even for my regular eye exams. So.
Do you really?
Been going there since I was probably 20 years old, 21.
No symptoms, tested positive.
And for me, and Kristen especially, Dr. Dan Jeffla, they've done tremendous work, including the implant for my wife. That's indistinguishable.
I wonder if Biden has it. Well, when he ran, he said it was going to be gone soon.
Hey, Brenda just emailed you and Tom saying no more guests the rest of the week, so I guess I'll cancel them.
Yep.
I mean, can you just... That's what Shannon said. I'm freaking out a little bit, especially since we're leaving.
Let's see. Oh, gosh. It can't be. It's not going to be that long.
You're able to look at your email?
No.
Or you're on Tommy's?
I'm on Tom's. I'm not going to.
You're not on yours here?
I'm not going through his email.
It's freaking me out a little bit, you know?
Why?
Well, because we're going to be gone.
We did the show for a year without guests.
Yeah,
Actually, 2 years.
Actually, yeah, we did it by phone rest of week.
Oh, it's just for this week.
Was there an outbreak or something?
I guess.
This week. It's just this
no
week.
No other guests for the week. Okay. Okay, that means no George Donaldson tomorrow. And
you
no
didn't get
Kevin
one of
Culkin.
those?
I'm not that special.
Huh.
So that's just for you boys.
All right. I wanted to comment on Ethio Motors.
You got to go back to Smarty Marty. He has updates for us.
I think they're great. I just really think they're the bomb. And you're angry. How angry can you be? You're a plant. Tell him I'll get to him.
A what, sir? Is that what she said?
A what?
When you said, you're a plant. And she goes, a what, sir? What are you saying? I'm a what?
You're a cactus. Freaking. Oh, I love how they fucked up.
You got to know that she's the one that's been taking all the calls if she's the receptionist. So she's thinking, what can I do to stop this? I'll call.
I just want to say how great they are. I bought like 12 cars from them. Great warranties. Yeah, replaced everything once. Everything.
Well, she said, I got the warranty. Well, how do you know? Well, because I replaced my transmission.
Yeah, that's it, my transmission. I replaced it. They didn't even ask a question. They had it done in an hour.
Went in at 8, came out at 5, and it was done.
And they cleaned the car. They put a new motor in it, too, just for the hell of it. Added a turbo. Fucks. She knew I had her. You always just angry. That was a good line, though.
Who pissed in your cereal this morning?
Yeah, that was our first.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Who pissed in your cereal? That's what she said.
That would suck. Is that actually a thing? Have you ever heard that before?
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that.
Who pissed in your Cheerios?
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that saying?
I have never heard that
Oh,
saying.
it's a saying.
I don't know, man.
Look it up. Do a quick search. It's a saying.
You know, I'm
arguing. Maybe not arguing, but I'm talking to Brian Burns, our insurance expert with Compass Insurance. Apparently, the Ethos plant that called up, this was a lady that worked for a company I was ranting about, said she was a customer. I'm a customer, and I bought like 12 cars from them. Yeah, 12 cars, and they fixed everything. In fact, everything was under warranty. They put a new transmission in. They waxed it, new tires. Yeah, they did it all. She was a plant, but she made a comment to me that I've never heard before, and I said, that's not even a saying. And Brian said, yeah, it's a saying. So what did she say?
She said, who pissed in your cereal, or who, something like that.
Who pissed in my cereal?
Yeah.
And you're saying you've heard that before?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Shannon, you've been around the block. Have you ever heard that saying? Who pissed in your cereal?
Slightly cleaned up to who peed in your Wheaties.
Oh, so, I mean, that is a real thing? Like, who went to the bathroom in your cereal? I've never heard that before. Scott, have you ever heard that? No. I don't know. Smarty Marty's got an update. That's what made me think about him. Loretta, Bruce, Jim, I promise you're next. Yeah. Hey, Marty, who pooped in your bed? Oh, wait, that's Johnny Depp's wife. Anyhow, Smarty Marty, what's going on?
Okay, so I have Frank on the line with us with the Ethos claim.
Oh, wow. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
So what happened is we made a three-way call.
Yes.
And we got a receptionist named Ruth.
Oh, of course. What's her other name?
And, well, she said the only person she can speak with is Moses.
Which is the son of Frank.
Yeah, so we were going to have a plan that when Moses got off work today, Frank was going to either put Moses on the phone or go physically over there. I told him I would go physically over. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And that's what the plan was going to be. But now Frank just got a call. Frank, you want to tell him what Ruth told you?
Frank, what did Ruth, or otherwise known as, what's her name, Bezos, have to say?
Well, they actually called Moses because they're afraid to talk to me, apparently. They told him to just come get the car, period.
Okay, so they're not going to do... So, in other words, the warranty they sold them, they're not going to honor, they're not going to do anything, right?
That's what I guess.
Very interesting.
I don't know what to do.
Well,
what advice do you got to give to the consumer now?
Well, I'll tell you what advice. You're going to have to sue these guys. You're going to have to sue Ethio Motors.
For what? For what?
For whatever the price. For whatever the price of that engine is. Hopefully under $7,500 to make it easy. These guys had a contract with you for a warranty. I need to see. You know what? We're not going to play around with this anymore. I want to see his sales contract. I want to see where he purchased that car. I want all the paperwork on this deal. And you know what, Ethio? You guys think you're hot crap or whatever. You're not. You know why? Because if I got to spend the rest of my life to put you guys out of business, I'll do it. You know why? Because you did the wrong thing here. You wouldn't talk to us off the air. You're telling this guy to come pick it up. You're not going to do anything because you got called out on your own crap. You got called out. You got called out for doing the wrong thing and doing nothing. You sold him a warranty and took $1,900 from the guy. You took $1,900. And what did you deliver for that? It was supposed to be a warranty. You didn't send the paperwork in. Now the guy needs a motor, and he is SOL because of Ethio Motors. Ethio Motors. In fact, I'd love to look at their Google reviews. Brian was telling me they weren't so bad. Well, you know what? I'm not saying if you ever don't lie on a review. I never think you should lie on a review. But based on this call, based on this guy, I think you should leave a review on Google, Yahoo, Yelp. Hell, you should leave one at their front door. Get me that paperwork. Just get me the paperwork. Dude, just get me the paperwork. That's the next step. I'm going to personally help you with this one. Marty, what else do you got going? My head's going to explode. I can't believe these guys.
Mark, I know you have a lot going on, so let me call it in later.
Do it. Thank you. Marty, seriously, thank you. Get me that paperwork, Marty. I'm going to dig into this one on Ethio. Honest to God, I mean, if I got to do a commercial for these guys, you know, okay, so if you want to buy a used car for $17,000 or $18,000 or whatever price it is, and then you go ahead and get strong-armed into buying the warranty for an additional $1,900, and you really don't want to have any warranty because the incompetent jerks over there can't send the paperwork in, then call Ethio Motors. 303-227-7777. 303-227-7777. Or check them out at ethiosmotors.com. Actually, cut that out, Shannon. You know what? We'll just play that. I'm going to make sure that's their website. Maybe I'll buy some time on other stations as well. Maybe I'll buy some time, and I'll go ahead and promote them for free. They won't even have to pay me an endorsement agreement, okay? They won't have to sign anything. I'll do it for free. Why don't you do what you're supposed to do, guys? You're fighting over fixing this guy's engine, trying to convince him that he can't go to wherever he wants to get it fixed, like the warranty that you sold him says? Ethio Motors, 303-227-7777. Be nice when you call up, too. Just tell them what you heard. Tell them how you feel. Don't be a jerk when you call up, though, because that doesn't help us. What we want to do is get through to them to do the right thing. Brian did show me those. You had a 4.7 on Google. Most of your reviews aren't bad. When you drop the ball, you simply fix it. Why aren't you fixing this? You want to dig in? Idiots dig in. Idiots dig in. Bruce, I appreciate you holding so long. What's your question?
Well, I hope your blood pressure can come down. I'll make it easy on you this time, I promise.
Wonderful. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I've heard you and Tom talk about attic fan, whole home fans.
Yeah, whole house fans.
Like a story and a half, and I've got some areas that are like 20 feet tall, and then the others are like 9 foot tall, and it's hard to keep it cool the same everywhere. So I was thinking possibly these fan systems. I don't know anything about.
Tell me about your house.
I can't remember the name.
No, hold on. I got Shannon. Hold on. I want to know about your house before anything. 2-story basement. I want to know about that. I promise I'll come back to you first, Bruce. I got Shannon wanting to wring my neck. Everybody hold tight.
One of the listeners puts out here, who pooped in your doorway? A common question in Denver. I guess follow almost. These guys.
Rest of 470 looking good. No reported delay on I-25. Installed vehicle on 6th Avenue, though, westbound approaching Sheridan. Watch for slow traffic through there.
Oh! We need to get a hold of the warranty company.
Well, he's got to send me all the paperwork.
Right, but that's who First Security or whatever. If they say they have it now, then he should be able to go anywhere he wants.
I don't think he's reading that right. What warranty company is going to allow a warranty after it's there? I mean, I've never heard of anything like that. Can I get insurance after the fact?
That's people try.
Can you backdate that 2 weeks?
You know, we've been talking about all kinds of things when it comes into insurance, but I have to tell you something about public adjusters. In fact, I'm talking about a particular company, Public Insurance Adjusters in Colorado. These guys will look at anything you got going on, whether it's commercial or residential, and make sure that that adjuster you're working with that works for your insurance company, yeah, generally they do work directly for that insurance company, or they're at least paid by that insurance company. He'll make sure they're giving you a fair deal. And most of the time, if not all the time, they're not. Simple as that. I've seen claims on commercial stuff go from $500,000 up to $3 million. We had a residential claim one time. They said they could fix a skylight for under a couple thousand, which was roughly what her deductible was. These guys could probably get her about 70, 80 grand. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, 720-715-0000. They'll look at anything for free. You got an existing claim, send it over to them. They'll give you real honest answers. And if they do take the case and think they can get you more, they work for a very small percentage of the money they get. Just the additional money. It's free money to you. 720-715-0000. Colorado Pain Care. Tom loves these guys. His back he threw out. If you watch us on our YouTube channel, I think it was last Monday. He shot over there the very next day on Tuesday. I had to do the show for him that day. Wednesday, he was back up. He was back up moving. It was incredible. I didn't think I'd see him for a month. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. These guys take all the insurance. They take Medicare. If you're in pain, you've been living with it for too long, maybe you've seen other doctors, they can't do anything about it. If you want a second opinion, you want to go to the guys that really help, 303 Got Pain. 303 Got Pain. Okay.
Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3.25 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. And then let's reach 04. Not all of the flying people out there, their rate subject to change.
You guys keep hearing me talk about Blue Sky CBD, and I can only say that my experience is...
You know, he was doping me when he was doping me when I was saying piss.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
So did he dump me as well then, I would assume?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was...
I had no idea he was dumping us.
I don't think we can do this before we leave.
Yeah.
But Jay Braddock's, we were talking golf, now that I talk golf. And he said, go to the Golf Tech by Micro Center, $125. They'll evaluate my swing. They'll also try to sell you a whole lessons package. But he says, just get your swing evaluated. They'll tell you they'll videotape it, let you know what to do.
Golf Tech is great.
When we hit one of these.
Great.
Oh, we're going to do it while we're gone?
Yeah. We'll have
I'm getting into golf, and now that I realize I can actually hit the ball far enough, if I know how to swing right, I think I can get into this.
You guys going to be doing some golfing while you're on your trip?
Yeah, a lot of these
resorts.
Well, yeah, I guess you almost have to there, huh?
If it's not too hot, I don't want to be all sweat, like, oh, God, it's so hot golfing.
The favorite part that I look at is that one after them.
Oh, the one in Toxaway?
Is that where it was?
In North Carolina?
Yeah, those build-outs look unbelievable.
How long are we in that one? Is it 3 days, or is it just an overnight?
I think it's a week or 5 days.
Oh, working 5 weeks, Brian.
That is unbelievable.
I am sweating it a little. Like, that's a long time. We haven't been away from our kids that long. They're fine. You know, they're grown adults.
Right.
But it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
What if they need us? Miles is going to Vegas while we're gone for his birthday. I mean, like, what's...
Our airport.
He's turning 22.
22.
Now, and Adeline just turned 20. She's going to law school.
I know. I talked to her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
she called me about something.
Addie just calls him.
Hey, I got a
record.
secret apartment my parents don't know about. How much is that renter's insurance?
No, she actually, and she carried herself very.
Oh, cool.
She carried conversation very well. You know, she comes across professional.
Good, I'm glad
So,
to hear that.
yeah.
That's funny.
Much more than Mark.
All right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. I got to take a few breaths. I hate when companies just don't do the right thing. It drives me absolutely insane. Then they want to play punishment, and that's what I believe Atheos, or whatever their name is. I'll tell you what. Ethio. I can't wait till we get these contracts and the warranty, and I just can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. By the way, we know some people at the dealer board as well, so that's going to be my next call after the show. Now, which one, Suzanne? Oh, yeah, Bruce.
Back to Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, so do you have a 2-story house? Bruce called up, said some of his rooms in his house are hot. Some have 20-foot ceilings, others don't. Is it a 2-story with a basement? Give me, what does your house look like?
Yeah, it's a 1.5 story. So I do have a full basement, about 1,500 square feet, and then the main level is about 15, and I have another bedroom and loft of about 400 feet.
Yeah,
and that's why there's a lot of different.
It's perfect for you.
Heights and stuff.
It's perfect for you. It's going to take all that cool air when you turn it on in the morning or set it to turn on. There's different brands of them, but I like Quiet Cool for the exact reason. It's quiet and it keeps you cool. It's very powerful, but it's quiet. So they'll install like a duct up top, the furthest point they can at their house, maybe either going into the attic or right outside. And they're going to put this fan in. Then you're going to open the windows down in the basement. And, man, when you turn this thing on, I'd say within about 5 minutes you can drop the temperature 15, 20 degrees. It is that cool, man.
Now, does it have an attic fan, too? Because we have the original one that sounds like a turbo prop going off.
No, there's an attic fan. An attic fan is completely different. An attic fan is exactly that. Okay. It's a fan that's in the attic. This will actually reside, or where the air exit will actually reside generally in your ceiling at the top. Now, if it pushes into your attic, then your attic fan will push it out even further. But really, even if your attic fan isn't on, it doesn't matter because this will push it out all the venting that's in the attic by itself.
And it does save you with the amount of electricity and all that.
Well, compared to running an air conditioner, it saves you a ton. You know, I'd say the average person in Colorado with a 2-story basement setup or 1.5 like you're talking about, 50 to 90% on their electric bill during the hot months.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Go to referrallist.com and just start typing in QC and get a price from those guys. They're fairly reasonable. They're all the same price. I don't remember. I haven't done spots for them. They'll be starting real soon because just the time of year. But I think they're like $3,500 maybe installed for. I don't know what the price is, but they're not outrageous at all. And they've got financing for people that want it. But it's really a cool product, man. There is no doubt about it. And it's not that annoying. You feel like you're in a tornado or like an old humidifier you would think of.
Right.
All right,
well,
Bruce.
I appreciate that. I couldn't remember what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, you did.
Really nice.
It's definitely not an attic fan. If you want an attic fan, you already have one. But if you want one or a quieter one, I'd go to Excel Roofing. When you're talking a whole house fan, QC of Colorado, Plumline sells them as well. So I'd shop around like I shop around for anything. I try QC of Colorado, and I try Plumline Services. They both sell that brand.
Perfect.
All right. Have a good day. 303-713-8255. What is going on, Jim, with Alaska Airlines? Loretta and Linda, you guys are next. Jim.
Hey.
What's going on, Jim?
I just wanted to reiterate, Quiet Cool is the best thing.
Oh, wow. You have one in your house?
I have 2.
You have 2. Now, why do you have 2?
I have one in my garage because I built a weird house.
Okay. You need to is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
That's cool, man.
Anyway, going to my problem. Early 2020, I bought tickets on Alaska Airlines for me and my wife to fly to Anchorage.
Okay.
We were first going to go to Vancouver, get on a boat, and then go to Anchorage. I grew up there. I just wanted to take her there to show it. Then everything shut down. So we got our money back from the the boat company.
Hey, Jim, let me just ask a few questions. You were going on a cruise, right?
We're going on a cruise from Vancouver to Anchorage, yes.
The cruise ship shut down altogether because it had to, so they refunded you, right?
Yes, they did.
And what did Alaska Airlines do? Were they still flying? Even though you couldn't get on the cruise, were they still running that route?
I called them back, and they still were. So I booked a ticket for both of us to go from Denver to Alaska.
All right, hold on. You're up next, I promise. I'll come right back to you before anybody else. 303-713-8255. I'm assuming it's been 2 years and this guy hasn't used his ticket. We got to find out what's going on. We do know someone at Alaska Airlines. Loretta, Linda, hold tight. We'll be right back.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
A bit of slow traffic on eastbound I-70, coming off of I-25, heading out to York through the zone. Just watch for that. I-25 traffic moving along really well and making progress on C-470. Watch for some minor slowing westbound between Quebec and your approach to the Colorado Boulevard overpass. Approaching University, there is an earlier crash in the right lane, now off the right shoulder. Fox 31, pinpoint weather.
Oh my God, I got to do all these in-house. Okay. Didn't I do renew? No, I didn't. I pulled them up.
I don't remember it.
Starts at Lowe's. Get those gatherings
Renew.
going with $50 off.
So I'll have this break.
Series 500 gas
Okay.
grill. Now $249. Home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Valid 4/21/22, 4/27/22.
BecomeTheBanker.org. I want you to go check out that video. It's pretty cool. They're going to teach you a method to where you can actually grow retirement money at a guaranteed rate of 4%. It might even be higher now, but it's a guaranteed 4% on your money. They explain it. It's a good way for a tax shelter. It's a good way to diversify some of the money in the stock market right now because the stock market's going absolutely crazy. Martino sits down with these guys and they do a really cool video at BecomeTheBanker.org. Just go check it out. You've probably heard about it on the show numerous times. It's going to take you 5 minutes to watch the video, then you can call them up, you can do a webinar, you can meet them in person, but you really should learn about this product. It's a good way to retire, and especially right now with the stock market going absolutely crazy, up, down, all around. BecomeTheBanker.org. Now, how about if you're older and you've been thinking of a reverse mortgage? You want to get rid of that mortgage payment, never have one again. Maybe you want to get a line of credit so you can travel. Well, I want you to call Mark Massey over at Empower Reverse Mortgage. What I like about Mark and the gang is they give you the straight skinny. It might not be right for you. It might be perfect for you, but either way, these guys are going to give you the truth. That's what's important. 720-500-7719. Call and talk to Mark personally. Ask for him. Mark Massey, 720-500-7719. If you're already in a reverse mortgage, did you know you can actually refi them and maybe get more cash out? If you've been in one for, say, 5, 6, 7 years, you have no idea how much equity that house has built, especially in Colorado. You might be able to get a bigger line of credit, more money out, travel more. You get the idea. Mark Massey, Empower Reverse, 720-500-7719.
Stop avoiding your erectile dysfunction issues. Peak Performance for Men offer you a
Okay.
offer yet. Call today
I gotta press the help center.
evaluation. 1-800-210-8181. Peak Performance for Men helps over 80% of men who receive the treatment experience long-term improvement. Let the experts at Peak Performance for Men help you today. All it takes is one phone call for a free consultation, free blood flow evaluation. Call 1-800-210-8181. That's 210-8181.
If you have questions about your roof, call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Hey guys, it's Jay Brett, the owner of Excel. This is our 29th year in business. When you need someone to help you with your roof, you can trust Excel Roofing. Call 303-761-6400 for roof inspections, roof repairs, and complete roof replacements. We do it all from inexpensive roofs for your rental to top-of-the-line bulletproof hail-resistant roofs. At Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. Excel is the most trusted roofer in Denver for the last 29 years. Same owner, same number. 303-761-6400. That's 761-6400, or go to excelroofing.com.
Oh, I remember that Hummer call. Do you remember that one? I'm dying to see what the update is.
Yes, I do remember.
I was going to call you guys on that, but we didn't get you on. And then I think I know the answer. So his Hummer, wow, that says Hummer 3. This could be,
H3, yeah,
this could be a different call. The original Hummer, the military one.
The one that you did, you asked me, you were looking at buying it.
No. That was a caller.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to buy it.
I thought you were asking about possibly buying the thing. I'd like.
Hell no.
You're going from Tesla to a military.
Yeah,
Hummer.
a 1995 Hummer. No, hell no. Colorado has made it. It has nothing to do with this update. Okay. Colorado has made it illegal as of next year. They won't re-register for road use if it's a surplus military vehicle, which this guy's was.
Okay.
Can you still insure it?
Well, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you should be able to.
Yeah, even though you can't legally drive it.
On roads. I mean, I guess ATVs, you're not really supposed to be driving them on the road.
No, but people do.
People do.
Those side-by-sides, they do.
Yeah. You can insure it for more of an off-road vehicle, I guess.
I can't believe you were bleeping me out. I can't believe it. I have never lost so much respect for anybody in my life. Oh, true that.
I guess Tom's not back on.
No, I hope his daughter's okay. That happened quick, man.
Yeah.
He opened the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's known about it. I don't know what happened. I wonder
Well,
why.
he said they were requiring both parents.
Yeah, I wonder why though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he had to sign something, and then of course he just ends up there. I mean, who knows?
Much like
it happens so quick.
Much like EDO, it's a HIPAA thing. Right?
They really said that too.
Well, is that EDO that did?
Yes.
It was.
Okay.
They told Marty we can't talk to you because it's a HIPAA thing, or the caller or something.
Of course they can.
When are you guys leaving, Mark?
Saturday. I have no idea how Paul the Waterman
does it for less. In fact, his motto is the best for less. If you've been looking at water systems, whether a softener, how about a whole house filtration system? Whole house under $1,900. Point of use under $900. How about a whole house water softener under $1,900? The competition can be 3-4 times that, and I'm not kidding. Plus, Paul is a licensed plumber. He actually knows about the products he's selling and how they work. Any questions you have about water filtration, and if you want him to come out and test your water, they do that for free. And check this out. If you have an old system that doesn't seem to be up to snuff anymore, for $29, he can come out, diagnose it, and give you a straightforward, honest estimate on getting it fixed up. Paul the Waterman. 303-862 5554. And while I'm talking about great people on Referralist at referralist.com, check out this deal. You've been putting off that bathroom, that full remodel. Nick over at Renew Homes Innovations right now. He has a special. This is limited time. I think it's through the middle of next month. 50% off. 50% off the labor if you get a new bathroom put in. They have quartz, solid surface walls, absolutely zero maintenance. They've got a huge inventory right now. They can get in and out of that bathroom generally within a couple weeks from start to finish. You got to check these guys out. By the way, they also are doing a free shower door. They have 12 months, no payments. Hey, this is the time to get that bathroom done. 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000. Now, I got to go back to Jim. Hey, Jim, real quick. So Alaska Airlines, are you looking for a refund from them, or what are you looking for?
No, I want to fly with them, but they're taking half my money away.
You mean half the money? So you paid them how much money for the airline tickets back in 2020?
It was a little less than $2,000.
And how much are they giving you as a credit?
1980.
How much are they giving to you as a credit?
$1,200.
$1,200. And why are they saying that $800 is getting subtracted?
I don't know. Every time I call there, I talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
And if you call there, you're on hold for 2 to 6 hours.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Hold on a second. Hold on. We have all. Do we have all your Jim? Do we have all your information?
I'll get it.
Okay, hold on. Get his information. Tell me when you pick up. I want to see a pickup on there. All right. So he can't hear us right now. I can't tell if the guy's drunk or not. I really could care less if he was, but I'm having a little trouble communicating. But we're going to reach out to our angel at Alaska Airlines and figure out what their policy is. If they're willing to give him a $1,200 credit and subtract the $800, maybe we can get them the whole $2,000. We have angels at these big companies that we deal with every day, and most of these companies are great. But what fair is fair? I don't know what he agreed to, but we're going to find out. We got another hour to go. Loretta says a neighbor is claiming the fence even though she paid for it and it's theirs. Joe Lazara is... Why'd you hit next event? So that time it doesn't matter. It does it itself. Yeah, like an hour ago, apparently.
Yeah, I wasn't really getting the Alaska airline guy. I wasn't getting what...
He's fucking drunk. Does he not sound drunk to you?
Something.
I mean, he could be just really slow. That's possible.
Right,
but
right.
I heard some slurring. I mean, I don't care that he's drunk. I prefer the more obnoxious kind of drunks on the air, though.
Yeah,
as long as they don't drop the bombs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Kamala.
What?
She's got COVID.
She's got zero symptoms, zero anything.
Yeah.
You know, how old Joe hasn't gotten is pretty amazing. He must have a decent immune system. I mean, who else is 140 years old that hasn't gotten COVID?
He's never had it?
I don't think so.
In California, the 3-month-old baby kidnapped in San Jose has been found safe.
Oh, good.
Police say 3 suspects are in custody.
Oh, man, we're watching this thing on Netflix. Suzanne remembers this shit. I don't. So there was a movie called I Think My Name's Steven, or My First Name is Steven.
Okay.
Kid in 1973, I think 7 years old, gets kidnapped. Guy kidnaps, raises him like his own, but I think the guy's molesting him as well. I don't know. They really don't get into that. But the guy
goes and kidnaps another kid that's little. So at this point, this kid's 13 or whatever, and he goes out and grabs a 5-year-old or something.
Does this kid think it's his parents, like his real dad?
No, he kind of remembers, no, he doesn't. But what he does think is that his parents wanted this guy to take him. That was kind of the line. So he escapes there. And when I say escape, the weird part is the kid's going to school. He's at home by himself when he's 12, 13. He just didn't know any better. He thought his parents basically gave him up or whatever.
Right.
So, but when this new kid gets brought in, this 5-year-old or whatever, he all of a sudden puts it together, this isn't right, I'm just going to leave. So he leaves and takes off with the 5-year-old, okay?
Yeah.
He gets reunited with his family. He's a hero, the whole deal, man. And he's back with his brother and his mom and dad. So, fast forward to 2000, okay? That was 73. He gets kidnapped. Somewhere around 1980, he's put back, I guess. So flash forward to 2000.
Well, flash forward to 89.
Oh, yeah.
When he died in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah. Just poor fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that.
The kid that was kidnapped now is a grown adult and is a dad and gets hit on a motor. He was on a motorcycle and got hit.
Guy runs a red light or stop sign and kills him. So this kid that was missing for 7 years and all this shit is dead.
You don't remember that movie? I Know My First Name is Steven.
It sounds familiar now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
I never.
But I'm not even to the fucking good part. Okay, so flash forward
To 2000, 1999.
up in Yellowstone.
That's where they live, near there.
3 women are kidnapped, tortured, raped, and murdered, and then another woman is raped and murdered, left around Yellowstone. Total psychopath. I think he leaves a letter or tells the cops where the body is, whatever it is. It's that dude's brother.
Older brother.
It's his older brother.
His poor family.
And he claims because when the kid was kidnapped, of course, all they thought about was the kid.
So he was neglected.
Yeah.
And then when the kid was found, they get movies made about him, and all they talk about is him. And that made him a serial killer.
Oh, my gosh. So is that kid's in jail? Or
that guy is in jail, unless he's died.
I think we haven't finished it yet. It's like a 3-part series. He got life for killing the 1 woman. The 3 that he killed at the same time, the mother, daughter, and friend, I think they're getting the death penalty. I don't know if the dude's alive or not.
Wow. What's the name of the Netflix?
It's
Steven something.
If you look up, I Know My Name is Steven, I'll text it to you.
I don't remember that movie either. She remembers.
I remembered it for sure. Like, it was creepy.
Have you guys watched or seen anything? We just started watching it. Severance
No.
on Apple TV.
What's it
No, we
about?
don't have Apple TV.
Interesting. It's like it's a little bit sci-fi-ish in the sense that like they have a procedure where they put it into your brain where your brain is severed when you go to work and you go down into the basement of this office.
You forget everything?
It's like you're 2 different people.
Oh,
Your
I
person
like that.
lives in the basement only knows work stuff, knows nothing what happens above.
And then when you go back up,
you don't know anything that happened down below.
So people are going to, eventually it's got to lead to where they figure out what's going on down below.
Which is where the show will go. Kind of like there's something bad going on.
Is it a full season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a full season.
I might go get that.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That sounds, I like the plot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a plot of a movie I liked. But I thought the movie was horrible. It's called Alice.
Alice.
Yeah, you can find it now on, you might have to pay $5 for it or something, but it's just called Alice. Alice 2022. So, she's a slave on a plantation, but it's 1973.
Okay.
And
1973?
And the guy basically beats the hell out of her and she takes off. Okay? And of course the next scene is she's on a highway with like, tractor trailers going by. She still thinks it's, 1800s.
Right.
She's never seen a truck before. They kept the plantation so secluded that everybody on there.
Born on this plantation.
They have, yeah, she was, and everybody there has no idea except for what the master or whatever is saying. And then of course it becomes a revenge movie. But it could have been the best plot ever. I love the plot.
But it didn't.
Oh my God! It was so low budget. It was apparently in theaters, but I never saw it.
I never heard of Alan.
Yeah. When it's on HBO or something, which
Yeah.
I don't even know if it'll make that. Once again, man, if someone did it right, who did like it?
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, welcome to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We're here to make your life, and I mean your life, a little bit better. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. This show alone in the last 40-plus years. You ready for this? You ready? Sit down. I don't want any accidents. Pull over. $300 million in cash merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to that show. And that doesn't even include, see, I don't even know how to justify this part. By the way, in studio with me, Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. He's my insurance agent. He's Tom's. He's been our insurance agent for years and years. When I say that $300 million that we have saved people, I'm not even talking about like the money that you've saved people. And what I mean about that, Brian, is how many people call you listening to this show? How many people every week, every year, however you want to put it, call up because we tell them to call you at 303-996-9000 and get a free insurance checkup. And what that is, they will look at what you're paying for automotive insurance right now or commercial policies or homeowners policies. They'll look at what your coverage is and how much you're paying, 100% for free. Then they'll tell you how much they can save you. So I don't even factor that into the $300 million. But to be honest, when you guys get calls over there from our listeners, is there an average savings per year?
Yeah, I mean, usually when we do these shows, even we start going through the savings, it's on average probably $700-800 a year.
$700-800 a year.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they get better coverage.
Right. Well, yeah. And I have an example of one that I just got.
What is it?
Okay, well, this one, it was more about talking about replacement costs.
Oh, yeah.
This person called in and had
Hold on. Let me tell everybody, because this was a different hour. When we're talking replacement costs, almost 85% of people that were affected in that Boulder fire, they don't have enough coverage to rebuild. They're underinsured. And a lot of them had no idea. In fact, most of them probably had no idea. I personally got a call from my insurance agent, Brian, here, and he said, hey, we got to boost your coverage up because right now, if my house burned to the ground, I would be underinsured. So when we were talking about that first hour, you had someone call up. What happened?
Well, yeah, so someone called up and just had us look at their current home insurance. They've been there forever. Since the home was built, which was in 2005. This is a person, they have a home in Heritage Hills in Lone Tree.
Okay.
So if you look online, this home would probably, the estimated value is about $1 million.
Okay.
Over $1 million. Their current dwelling limit with State Farm, $360,000.
Oh my God. So
$360,000. So if they have a loss, that's the most they're going to get.
They'd be broke.
They'd be broke.
They couldn't even, that's not even 50%.
Right. Not even half of what it should be.
You have to call up, folks. Listen, even if you don't switch over, if they give you, here's what I like about Compass. If they can beat the price and get you better coverage, why wouldn't you do it? There's no reason not to. But if they can't, what do you do?
We tell them stay put, or we'll give them suggestions to fix their policy, but stay where you're at if that's what's best.
Just do this. Call up and make sure you're covered for something catastrophic. You might be thinking, well, I don't live in the woods or anything. It doesn't matter. If your house burns down, listen to that example. It would cost $1 million to rebuild. They were only covered up to $300,000 and whatever. And here's the thing I don't want you to think. You go, hey, Mark, I have full replacement coverage. No, you don't. There's no such thing as that I know of. Most people have a limit. What is that limit is all that matters. And then generally, a lot of companies will put a percentage on over that. So in other words, you might have $400,000 replacement cost, and if you hit that, they'll kick in another 25%.
Exactly, and 20% is the norm. There are companies that have, like you, have 100% extended replacement cost. There's companies that go higher. In this case, it was 20% in addition. So there was a little bit more than 360, but still, as you can see.
In that example, if they had a total loss, the most they get is what? 300 and what?
Well, 360 and then an extra 20% on top of that. So you got another
410, whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
That's insane. And the house is $1 million to rebuild.
Right. Yeah, they're way, way underinsured.
Listen, 85% of people affected in those Boulder fires. This show is about numerous things. We like going after the bad guys. We like helping, but education is the biggest thing, and that goes back to that $300 million we've saved people. That doesn't even factor this stuff in. Would you make the call? No matter what, make the call to your insurance agent and find out what your rebuild is in the coverage. If you want these guys at Compass to do it, it's 100% for free. And if you can save money with whoever you're at right now, they'll tell you. It's that simple. 303-996-9000, 303-996-9000. I've been with these guys for, I don't know, forever, man. You guys shop our policies all the time. When our kids became driving age, you shopped them. You ended up moving us because the company we had before they turned 16 was absolutely insane. There's so many things that change in people's lives. You need to make sure you have the right company. 303-996-9000. Now, Suzanne, who should I be going to? I'll let you choose.
Line 4.
All right. And then, Linda, you hold on. By the way, 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. We got one line open. You have any questions? You got anything going on? You need help? 303-713-8255. Loretta, what is going on with this neighbor?
Well, I've been in my home here for 57 years, and I'm in my early 80s. And
you don't sound a day over 70.
This is the problem. My fence is probably 40, 45 years old, and it's pretty old. And my back fence facing my neighbor in the back, it's not even connected to the foundation.
Is it
and
as
there
old?
Was some loose.
Loretta, is the fence in the back just as old? So the entire fence is 40-plus years old?
The whole fence is old. And I was going to take out a weed in the back, and I took a couple of spigots out, and my neighbor's out running and screaming at me that that's a community fence, and I can't go and do that. I am the dumbest, the most stupid person around. And he has dogs, and if his dogs get out in my yard, he's going to sue me and take everything I have.
What a jerk.
And I was running to my house.
Loretta, hold on. Loretta, hold on. What's up with this guy? Have you had problems with him in the past, or this was just all out of the blue?
I've never talked to him before. That's the first time he's been there about 15
Is he like a young,
years.
like a young whippersnapper, or what are we talking here?
He's 40. He's 46.
I wonder what his issue is. You weren't trying to take the
he wouldn't listen, and I ran to my house, and he says, "Well, I'll take your house." So we kind of let it go. It scared me to death.
It scared me to death.
He ran up to the city and found out when we my family put the fence up, we didn't take out a permit at the time. Apparently, we didn't have much money, and so it's kind of standing here. So I called code, and there's a person at the city that helps you with.
And what did they say, Loretta?
They told me to go, just to be sure it's my fence, to go and have my property surveyed, and then go and get an attorney and sue.
Well,
and
I mean,
who do I sue?
This is getting a little crazy over. Hold on. I'm still not exactly sure. Do you just want to replace the fence and put a new one up?
Yes, I was going to put another fence up.
Okay.
But not as tall. I don't need a tall fence.
Okay. But you're not asking, Loretta, are you asking like you think your neighbor should pay for some of it too? Or you just want to put a new fence up?
No. I'm doing it. He thinks it's a community fence, but I put it up.
Okay, hold on.
My
Hold
family
on, dear.
put it up.
Loretta, hold on, dear. I think I'm getting a picture of it. I'm going to ask you a few things, such as, what does it back up to? Is it literally his yard, or does part of it back up to a green belt? I don't understand this community fence part. I need to understand a little more about your neighborhood when we come back. So just hold tight. I promise we'll get to you, and maybe we'll get one of our people on referrallist.com, like America Fence, to go out and see what's going on. They can do the whole thing. They can figure everything out for you, and then if this jerk's going to give you more trouble, we'll give him some. Hold tight.
Wonder where she lives. That's a long time to be in the...
Yeah, I know. It's not going to be like Highlands Ranch. I thought that exact thing. Hey, whatever happened to Gabby? Is she gone? SimplyFloorsInc.com. You know, usually I try not to start out a spot with the name of the company, but I love the name of the company. Simply Floors. They do everything. They do LVT, they do tile, they do hardwood, they do carpet, and they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. You know what I really love? When we wanted to get our carpet replaced, they came out to our house with all the different samples. You get to see the colors, the different kind of carpets, right there in your house next to your furniture, your paint. You get the idea. They bring the showroom to you. All the major brands, all the best pricing. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You go to that website, you pick out a time you want them to come out, and they'll come out. They have a big showroom, too, you can go to, but I think you're nuts to do that. You want to look at the stuff in your house. It's the only way to do it. We have used them numerous times. I couldn't be happier with these guys. And no, there's no trade, no freebies. We pay like everybody else, but we did save up, well, close to 40% from the big box stores because I shop everywhere. So you want the best floor covering, the best service, and the best pricing. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's all you need to know. Go there right now. Check it out. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Now let's talk about an attorney. I like this guy a lot. Bradley O'Brien. And here's what I love about O'Brien Legal. You ready for this? Flat rate pricing. Anything you do that has to do with contracts, anything to do with real estate, this guy can look at for you. Absolutely. I'm not going to say on the cheap by any means, but at a very reasonable rate. If you go buy a house, this Bradley O'Brien can actually look at the contract and make sure everything is on the up and up and make sure the contract is good, maybe make suggestions to it. How about if you're a landlord and you haven't updated your lease to your tenants lately? Bradley can look at it at a very fair price, make suggestions, make changes to your lease. Or if you're actually a tenant looking to renew and maybe your lease has changed, you should have an attorney look at it, and that attorney is Bradley O'Brien. How about an unmarried couple buying a home together? That can cause all kinds of issues if you haven't thought about it. He can look at loan docs. He can look at leases. He can look at any kind of complicated business deals. I think I'm making the point clear. If you need a contract, has anything to do with real estate, residential or commercial, O'Brien Legal Services. Been on the referral list for a long time. 720-370-7388 and call them up, free phone consultation. 720-370-7388, olslaw.com. Okay, I did do the water guy. I did do renew.
Yep. You've got 4 left to do.
Oh, you're watching. You're watching.
I'm watching.
One time I forgot. I say one time. Okay, I'm lying already. There's been a few times. I'll get to the last break of the last hour, and I've got 7. So at least I'm honest. I'm like, okay, I got to do some house cleaning.
So you just power through?
Power through.
Oh, my God.
I know it's got to be horrible. I try to at least make it funny. Like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, last week Tom comes in and said, oh, Mark forgot to do 3.
Oh, did he?
Just left him hanging.
No, I always tell him that.
Well, that's why I put the X's there. You can't see what we're talking about. But...
I know what's there.
Oh, okay.
Back at you.
That's a good question. I wonder who had that. Underinsured, does that affect a single claim? Actually,
underinsured.
That's actually a way better question. No, but it doesn't even matter because what that leads into is a completely different thing. Most people don't even realize they have a cash value policy now. Or they have a policy that's 2%. Is it generally 2%?
You see it all over the board.
What's the highest?
1%, I've seen 5%. Commercially, they do 5% all the time. So those condo associations, where they're insuring the building, they have a 5% wind hail deductible. They basically don't have insurance on the roof, and so then they just assessment. Yep, just an assessment to each owner.
No more. U.S. Task Force advises against daily aspirin. Now, how many times have we heard that forever? You take an aspirin?
Yeah, that was the advice for
a million years.
Baby aspirin.
Ever since the Bayer came out. I wonder why it's changed.
Against daily aspirin.
Usually they're baby aspirin.
Yeah, the 80 milligrams or whatever.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be like killing your kidney or anything, right?
I've never heard of it attacking the liver or kidney. Now I know too much acetaminophen that's a bad deal.
Yeah.
I never take Tylenol, at least I try not to. Maybe for a fever.
I take Advil if I have a...
That's what I take.
Yeah.
When I had all that nose surgery, they gave me a bunch of, I don't even know what they are, man. Some kind of shit really bad for you. I just threw it in our safe. I hate that shit.
Oh, so do I. I hate it.
Not only that, it never seems to work. Any kind of painkiller I've ever had never seems to work. In other words, it might make you loopy or something.
That's all it ever does to me. It makes me loopy.
It doesn't make you, your arm feel better or whatever.
Right. Oh, I hate that stuff.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Starting off with sunshine.
I hate feeling cloudy like that. Yeah. I just don't like that feeling.
I don't mind a beer buzz. I like a beer buzz.
Yeah.
At home.
Sure.
I don't like dope. I won't say I never smoke it. Like when we were in Vegas at a concert, I had some hits, but I always regret it.
Why? What is it you don't like? Because most people seem to like it.
It makes me tired, but the other thing is, this time in Vegas, I try not to eat bad, but man, I was eating everything.
Yeah.
What was your birthday? All right,
Suzanne says she's got a question from a caller that came in. What is that, Suzanne?
Remember yesterday, Ken called about 3 Square Construction. He bought this expensive play set from Home Depot,
yes,
and they ruined it. Well, see, he didn't get to finish the call, and I said I would ask. He's listening right now.
Go ahead.
So here was the deal. Home Depot took the swing set back.
Yeah.
He paid like $3,000 for it. The problem is when he repurchased the swing set, the same one, he had to buy it from the manufacturer because lumber prices went up. It was like $6,000. Does he have a small claims case against 3 Square for the difference in the price for them ruining the swing set?
Wow, that's a damn good question. I'd say yes, he definitely does. So he bought something that was $3,000
from Home Depot. I'm shocked they took it back after 3 Square screwed it up.
Yeah, well, that's great. So Home Depot stood up and gave him a full refund on it. But in the interim, the price of the exact same swing set, is that correct?
That is my understanding.
Went up to $6,000. I would say the guys had screwed up the first one, 3 Square. They didn't know how to install it. They just totally screwed up the whole deal, according to the caller. I would definitely go after them for the difference. They created that problem. Did they create the surplus problem? No, but they did create the problem with the original swing set, so they do need to pay for it. Absolutely they do, and I think he'd win in court. Tell him that. That's not, it's not legal advice, but I'm telling you, how many times have I been to small claims court now? Honestly.
A lot.
Like 50. Have I ever lost? One time.
No.
I've got a pretty good feel. I got a good feel on this. I don't see why a judge wouldn't side with him, long as he's not lying. If he bought a different swing set and it's more expensive, that's different. But 3 square caused the problem on the product itself.
And then real quick, Mark,
Yes.
a listener wanted to know if you're underinsured on your home, Brian, and you had a single event like a roof claim, would that underinsured issue affect a roof claim?
Yeah, that would be a question about coinsurance. That's not common in a residential policy. It's very, very common in commercial insurance. Where it can get you is if you are insured for a certain value, especially with that extended replacement cost, and you do work to your house and you don't update it with the insurance agent or the insurance company, they can hammer you on that one. They can say,
wow.
They'll void that extended replacement cost if you've done work to your house and have not reported it and updated the dwelling.
Yeah, even like redo your kitchen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you go from
basement, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you go from builder grade cabinets and countertops to something nice. You're only going to be covered for that builder grade.
Right, or they'll completely void that extended replacement cost, and they'll say your dwelling limit is your cap because you didn't update us.
You know, the other thing with roofs, and I need to bring this up because a lot of people don't know because they pay their insurance through their mortgage payment.
Yep.
A lot of people have been switched to actual cash value roofs, which means a lot of us in Colorado that have had a hailstorm and had a roof done, we're used to the company paying for the entire roof. We pay our deductible of $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is, and then they pay for the rest. Explain what an ACV policy is.
So with ACV, that would mean that if your roof is damaged, they'll only pay you the value of the roof at the time of the loss. So they depreciate it. So if your roof is 10 years old, they're going to pay for half the roof, basically.
And if it's 18 years old,
you're pretty much paying the entire thing yourself, especially once you pay your deductible.
You are paying for the whole thing itself.
Your deductible is on top of that depreciated value. They depreciate it, and then they say, now you pay your deductible.
Now check this out. There's another issue. We had a caller. This was absolutely insane. His house was about $1.5 million, okay?
No.
Hailstorm comes through, wipes out the roof. Insurance company says, yup, you're right, hailstorm did it, you're covered. You know what his deductible was? 2% of the dwelling amount. He had no insurance. I would literally argue in that particular case, because the peril was hail, he had no insurance.
Yeah.
2% of 1.5 is what?
$30,000.
Yeah, and that's about what it costs to redo the roof.
Yep.
I mean, he had a little bit of coverage, but that's the other thing these insurance companies are tricky at. If you haven't checked the coverage you have, I cannot stress this enough. Call these guys at Compass. They'll tell you if you're underinsured. They'll tell you if you're paying too much. They'll tell you if your policy is actual cash value or if it's a percentage of the dwelling amount, and you don't want that. Here in Colorado, we get too much hail. And a lot of times these companies will switch it. You'll agree to it in an email, and you have no idea until that hail hits, and you find out that you really don't have coverage, and you got to come out of pocket 10 grand plus. 303-996-9000. What do they expect when you call?
So if you have your declaration pages, that would be helpful because then we can actually look through what you have now, advise you, and then get you quotes on top of that, along with some questions about driver lists, names, date of birth, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, basics.
Just your basic stuff. If we can,
and it doesn't hurt anybody's credit.
Nope. And we don't have any kind of fee for our service. We're paid by whichever insurance company we end up going with.
303-996-9000. Call right now. It's the insurance helpline. 303-996-9000. Loretta, a couple things. Does that back into his property, that fence?
Yes.
Here's what I would
yes, but after my property, there was a chain link community fence, which was taken down right before he moved in.
Okay, well, that's still not... Listen, he has no control. If everything you're telling me is correct, he has no control over that fence. If you guys put that fence in, that's your fence. And why would he even care if you replaced an old fence is beyond me. So I would like to have one of our guys come out. The company is called America Fence. I would like them to come out and give you an estimate on doing a fence and make sure it's on your property and just do all the due diligence and let you know what's going on and if you can buy and put up a new fence.
Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. He went to the city, and the city told me just to be sure that that was my property and my fence, to go and get it surveyed and then get an attorney and sue.
Well, I don't even know what you'd be suing for. You're getting to this is, listen, you've got a jerk ass neighbor. I'm going to put it that way.
Well, I know that.
That's the biggest problem.
Who do I sue if I sue?
For what? What would you sue him for?
Well, it's my property. I have to prove that it's my property.
Loretta, just please listen to me, and I'm being serious here. He's a jerk-ass neighbor. There's nothing. All he's doing is being a jerk. That's it. I don't know what else to say. He doesn't have any control if that's your fence. If I have a company come out and look at it, they will figure out if it's your fence or not. They might have to hire a survey, but I don't want you working yourself into a frenzy over who to sue. There's nothing to sue for right now. Absolutely nothing. So would you like us to have someone come out?
Yes, I would.
What area are you in?
Northland.
Okay, hold on a second. Suzanne, let's reach out to America Fence and see if they can go out. If she needs to get a survey, let's make sure she understands the cost of a survey. I would assume she might need a survey. He usually has the equipment if they use hard markers, and if she's been there for 40 or 50 years, they're not called markers. What are they called? The metal you pound into the ground. Come on, someone. No one? Whatever they're called. Monuments. The monuments should be in the ground. He generally has that. And if he can find all the monuments, he can be able to tell you right there if the current fence is on your property or not. So I don't want you worrying about all this other stuff. Hold tight. And then we're going to come back with a update on an H3 Hummer call.
You might have gotten relief to get something.
Now, are you telling me I can't say jerk ass? Okay. Blake and who? Yeah, I was starting to think, can I not say jerk ass?
I know, I kept seeing him put his hand up.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure jerk ass is okay.
You got 4 in-house spots still, don't you?
Thanks. Yes.
Boy, you're as bad as Shannon.
No one's that bad. All right, wills, trusts, powers, attorneys, medical directives, beneficiaries, deeds. These are things that we don't like thinking about because we're generally thinking about our own demise or maybe our parents, but you need to have something in place. It's simple as that. It's going to happen. We all pass on at some point. You want to leave what you have where you want to leave it, and Blake Harris can help you with that. He actually did a trust for me. He also did a will for us. He's a great guy, and what I really like about his company and how he set it up, he does flat rate pricing. When you call up Blake Harris, he's going to talk to you. You'll do a little intake form, either over the internet or over the phone, and he'll get some basic information. Then he'll come up with different ideas for you. He'll explain why you should do a trust or a will or a medical directive or whatever it happens to be. Then he'll give you straightforward, flat pricing. He's going to tell you how much everything is, and it's simple as that. He's not one of these attorneys that charges, $300-400 an hour. He knows what he's doing. He does it very well. In fact, I'd say he's the best at it. Blake Harris Law, 833 Ask Blake. In fact, if you were listening to the show yesterday, Blake was in studio with us. 833 Ask Blake. Call him up. Ask any questions. Maybe you just want something simple like updating the will you have now because you got remarried and looking at different beneficiaries. But you get the idea. 833 Ask Blake. Retirement Planning Center. These guys, how many times do we sit around and we wait too long to do anything? And I mean, procrastination is something us humans apparently do quite a bit. A lot
of people don't even start planning their retirement until they're in their 50s. You should do it a lot earlier than that, but if you have waited, you need to call these guys because you got to think of what Social Security you have coming in. You got to think of how your medical is going to look at a certain point. These guys can help you through anything. Maybe you got a 401k. Maybe you're starting to cash out. Do I turn it into a property investment? These guys can answer any questions you have about retirement. They have a very comprehensive approach. In fact, they call it the 5 pillars. You've got income, you've got all your investments, you got the taxes you're going to owe, you've got health care, and then, of course, your legacy. These guys can help you plan for retirement. 970-663-3211. If you haven't talked to anybody about retirement in a while, just call them up. These are great. It's a father, son, and a son-in-law. It's a nice approach from people of all ages. 970-663-3211, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness with modern medicine?
I think you have lost some weight, though.
I don't know. I'm always right around 175.
Ah, shut up.
Right around there.
I'm right around there, too.
I hear you got him doing some hot yoga.
Constantly.
Yeah.
It'll sweat it out of you.
Dude, so there's this one lady. Yesterday, she's always there. Her name is Nancy. She jacks it hotter than anybody else.
We're like sweating before the class
Oh,
starts.
it's brutal, man. It's 100 degrees. And you don't stop moving.
Yeah, and I sweat even if it's not hot yoga, just regular yoga.
So you're familiar with yoga, holding those poses?
Yeah.
Does your wife do a lot of yoga?
We haven't been doing it. I haven't done it in quite a while. I don't think she has either. But yeah, you know what she does? This class she does it does like yoga, biking, and something else, all three.
Nice.
But I can't. It has to drive you nuts the way they talk in there. Well, we're all going to breathe together. One breath. I can't imagine you in that kind of setting.
I've kind of blocked a lot of it out. I don't even mind that too much. It's the real kind of peppy, I don't even know how you put it, just too happy.
Like the frou-frou story.
The other one started the other day.
The inspiration.
He doesn't like the inspirational lady.
It actually drives me crazy too. I don't like the whole breathing together too. I don't like, and then I'll be trying to do something, they come by and like kind of position their my
Since
back.
COVID, they don't do that much.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So Monday, I think it was Monday.
Yesterday.
But it was the one before that. She starts off, maybe it was Sunday, whatever it was. It's Earth Day. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you're in for it.
But she didn't go off on a tangent. Actually, she said, it's Earth Day, and I didn't plan for an Earth Day. Please forgive me. And I'm going, it's Earth Day. It is kind of strange how they do stuff like that.
I like their little quotes and stuff. Yoga's my church, so I like it.
There is something nice about like the quietness of it, or be able to just like sit there. I just don't like when they start.
But our yoga doesn't make you breathe together. Maybe at the beginning of class.
You're saying they don't say, okay, we all are sharing one breath.
Absolutely.
At the beginning, but during the move, say, inhale, warrior 2, exhale,
Namaste.
reverse warrior. Yeah.
The bottom line
put
is
your hands
just
at
good
third eye
exercise.
center. Mark's like, I'll give her third eye.
And it's good stretchy.
It is good for you. It's one of those things that I actually feel better when I do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
303-713-8255. We have a line open. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of, any issues whatsoever. Hopefully, we can help out that woman that called up. She's got a problem with her neighbor. I wonder why, when I hear stuff like that, when you're listening to the show, Brian, just either at your office at Compass Insurance or in your car, and you hear someone like that, and she explains how this neighbor just like basically chased her back into the house, don't you always think there must be another side to that? But sometimes there really is just big jerkos out there.
Yeah, no, but that is where my mind goes. It's like, what could possibly have happened that would make someone yell at an 80-year-old woman?
82.
It just doesn't make sense. It just, hope to believe that there aren't that many people out there like that, but who knows?
No, man, who does know? It's crazy.
I mean, you yelled at that poor person at the beginning of the show.
Who'd I yell at?
What's the name of that place?
Oh, yeah, look at you.
Bezos. Poor Bezos.
Bezos, yes. Otherwise known as, what was her other name?
Ruth.
Ruth, who happens to be the person that answers the phone over at Ethio, yeah. I'm not going to allow myself to get into it thither. I have taken my yoga breaths. Linda, what is going on? Hey, Linda.
Oh, hi. Sorry, Mark. Last time, I'm the gal that had the H3 Hummer that I took into Mike Maroney.
Oh, yeah.
And then they told me it had a cracked block, and there was nothing wrong with it when I took it in there.
Yeah, hold on. I got to update everybody on this just so they know what we're talking about. This story was crazy. She takes it in, and everything's fine with the vehicle. You took it in for what, an oil change? What did you bring it in for?
Oil change, tire rotation, spark plugs changed,
and
transmission fluid.
Next thing you know, you got a cracked block. Didn't Marty get involved in this? Who helped you out, Linda?
No, nobody has yet. I just been trying to keep an update. Last time I talked to Tom was the 7th of April, and he told me, well, you guys both said I should take it down to Jesse at Honest Accurate.
Did you bring it down? Did you bring it down there?
Well, so I called them, got everything set up. I called Mike Maroney and told the guy I was coming to get my car. I had already gotten the first estimate was $10,600, and the second estimate was $7,500. So I told him I'm coming to get it. I'm going to have it towed out of there. I never told him where I was taking or anything. Well, then they stalled me. He told me, well, Rich, the manager, said I can't get it now like this. We got to put it back together. I said, I don't need it put back together. I said, I just take it the way it is. I'll take the parts with me. He said, oh no, you can't do that. But I said, I'm not paying for it then to have it put back together. He goes, no, we'll decline charges. So I said, okay. So a couple days, he told me it'd be a few days, so I let a few days go by. Called him back again, asked him, well, I've been texting. They don't call you anymore, they just text you. And I asked him when it would be available to be towed out of there. And he kept stalling me. And
you know what,
Linda,
hold on. Hey, Suzanne, I really want Marty on this one. This poor woman has been dealing this with forever.
Okay, but I got to tell you this part. Okay, so when I told him I was going to pay the bill and have it towed out of there, guess what? The manager called me. The service manager called me. They fessed up to it.
Well, this is good.
Yeah, it's good.
What did they fess up to, though? How did they say they screwed it up?
Okay, so what he told me is when the tech was taking out the spark, he went back and asked the tech if it was running when I brought it in. The guy said, yeah. He says, but when we put the new spark plugs in it, it had a misfire.
So he cracked it putting the new one in.
Well, no, you know what happened? He said he put a camera down into the head. He couldn't see anything, so then they took the intake manifold off it. And first he asked the tech where the spark plugs was. So the tech got the spark plugs, and one of them, the porcelain, was all busted up on it.
So, okay, so hold on, Linda. Maroney's going to come through and fix this up.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, Mark, this is my question to you. I just want to have information.
Yeah.
First, the manager told me they fessed up to it. They found porcelain in the intake valve on top of.
Yeah, this is why they didn't want you picking it up. I don't like the fact they were trying to run for cover, but now that they're going to fix it, I assume. What's the issue?
Well, the issue is this. Rich told me they were going to send the head out to the machine shop.
Yeah.
And he promised me. He said if we don't get it running right by doing that, he said I'll put different engine. I'll put a new engine in it.
You got a hell of a good question. Hold on, I want to get Sheridan Auto Tech on. I want to ask Kevin that. I don't know if I would accept that, but let's find out from an expert. Hold on, Linda. That's a hell of a good question. Is it just okay to send the head out and get it milled and then put it back together? Or when you have porcelain down in there, can that be down in the bottom half? I don't know. Let's ask Kevin. I don't know if I like that. And I don't like they tried to, pull the wool over our eyes for a long, long period of time. That part is not cool whatsoever. Meantime, Ricky, let's try to get Kevin on, please, from Sheridan. Ricky, what's going on? Ricky.
Yes. Is this Mark?
Yeah, Ricky, what's up?
Oh, Mark, I was planning on looking to trade in my truck.
Okay.
And use that only as a down payment, but then the dealership said also that I would get an estimated credit for The taxes.
Yeah, what kind of vehicle is it? Let's just cut to it.
It's a 2000. It's the 2003 F50, the 250 Super Duty.
2003 F250 Super Duty.
Yes, it's a Lariat crew cab with a 6.0.
And I assume it's a diesel.
Yeah, it's got 131,000 miles.
That ain't much at all. How much are they offering you for it?
14.
I think you're insane to sell it at 14. I think just by talking about it.
Yes, I know that, but they also said that they would give me a tax.
What's your Where do you live?
1,200.
Where do you
Denver.
live? Denver. What's your tax rate? 8%. Actually, if you live in Denver, it might be 93%. I don't know. What is it?
8%, I believe.
Okay, so if you're at 8%, it's going to be 8% of that 14 grand is your savings. That's nothing. I think you have a $20,000 plus vehicle. Who cares about? So basically, they're giving you $15,000 for it.
15,222, and I talked to my credit union yesterday to find out, and she said that's that tax thing. I don't know about that. That's the dealership.
No. Listen, Ricky. That's 100% true. If they're a licensed dealer, you get credit on the trade-in. That's absolutely right. But what I'm talking about is called math, and math doesn't lie. What math says is they're giving you $15,200 for a vehicle that's probably worth $20,000. You've got an F250 Super Duty, I assume in good shape, because it's only got 131,000 miles on it. I think you could call in Friday and sell it to someone listening on Car Day.
And I'm the original owner. I bought it brand new. I have all the.
Listen, bro, you don't have to sell me on it. I already can tell you it's a $20,000 vehicle. There is no reason you should take $15,000 on it.
That's exactly what I said. I wanted 18, and they won't budge on it because they said this is what the blue book.
Yeah, who cares? I could care less. A lot of these dealers, you look at MSRP, they're charging 30 over. When it comes to your own vehicle, they want to bend you over. But when it comes to their vehicle, they're doing the same thing. You can't do it on both ends. You can't take it on both ends. You just can't do it. 303-713-8255. I got to take a break. Kevin Calkins going to come on. We're going to talk to Linda again. And we're going to go from there. Ricky, I hope I helped you out. Call in Friday. You want to try to sell that thing, man. That's a good vehicle for 20 grand. And if it's in good shape, maybe 25 grand. Hold tight.
We got an ETHO update.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Oh, there's a caller.
No, it's Frank.
Oh.
Another ETHO update.
Oh, shit. Affordable interest. Damn it.
That was because of a rollover accident that took down a power pole early this morning. Box 31 pinpoint weather, partly to mostly cloudy this afternoon. Will cool off to the mid-40s overnight. Mostly cloudy tomorrow for your Wednesday with a high near 80. Mostly cloudy and 79 on Thursday. It's 71 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KNOW.
Need to hire? Need Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place.
I need Zero Res's number, babe.
Of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match.
Tom doesn't have it.
Visit Indeed.com/credit.
AIM. What does that stand for? A little trivia here. Affordable Interest Mortgage. Affordable Interest Mortgage. They have a product that I've been talking about for a long time. The owner's name is Kurt Rogers. It's unbelievable. It's a first deed mortgage. It's a first mortgage, but it's a line of credit on your property. It can be on your home. It can be on a rental property. It can be on all kinds of stuff. But what's cool about it as well is not only do you have a 30-year line of credit on your home, but you pay simple interest. It's not compounded. And if you don't know what that means, most mortgages, like a traditional 30 or 15-year mortgage, you pay all that interest generally in that first 15 years. They hit you with all the interest to make those payments higher so they get their money back and they make the money quicker. With this, it's simple interest. You need to call Kurt Rogers, talk to him about it. He can run the numbers on what you have, how much the line of credit's going to be. Remember, it's a 30-year line. They can't close it once you have this thing open. And he can tell you how much you can save on payments each month. The other thing you can do with this loan, it's called the liquid loan. The other thing you can do is you can offset your mortgage payment by whatever's in the bank. You can still go in and out of your checking account and spend it and put money in there, but whatever is in that account offsets the mortgage. It's an incredible product. It's really big overseas. It's starting to catch on here, but the mortgage companies don't like it because it saves you money. 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. You know who we got to call, Suzanne? I swear, and I know you're going to do it as soon as I say this. Do you know who I'm going to say? Zero Res. It's time to get our carpets clean. Winter's gone. We actually had snow a couple days ago. Just little flakes out where we live, but no big deal. But we've got dogs, we've got cats, we've got kids, we've got each other. Sounds like a country western song, but here's the bottom line. We need to get our carpets clean, and who do I call? Zero Res. You know why? Because they use that empowered water. It gets that dirt right out of that carpet. They look like new. Every time they've been in our house and leave, I always tell Suzanne, man, that is the best carpet cleaning we have ever had. And you guys can do it too. Right now, they've got great specials. Call them up, 303-471-5150. Zero Res, 303-471-5150.
Listen now, your bank account will thank you. Hi, it's Marty Lenz here. I'm blown away by the program my friend.
I think we had Kevin on about this call before. In fact, we did. I had Kevin on.
You mean about the Hummer?
The first time Linda called, I had Kevin on about the Hummer. Absolutely positive.
And the buyer will pay all of the commission. I've talked a lot about it.
I'll tell you what jogs my memory. Voices. As soon as I heard her voice, she has such a distinct voice. Everything she's ever said comes back.
We gotta get cat food on the way home. I can't forget. And then Addie has a tutor session till 4 or 4:15. So we'll just leave for dinner with the kids. I'll show her the P.O. box on our way out because they close at 5. And today's the only day I can show her. Because she's got capless tomorrow, Friday. We leave Saturday.
What's she tutoring for?
I couldn't even tell you. I'm the last to know everything.
Okay.
But she's got an exam coming up. She's
Oh, like a final or something?
yeah. So if she's not feeling confident, she'll get a tutor and get a little extra support for it. She's such a busy kid. But busy is good.
That is.
Busy is good. How old are your kids, Brian?
I got a 20-year-old, 18, and 7.
God.
Oh, wow, 7. Ooh.
All the same? Wow.
Yep.
Talk about a spread, bro.
I know.
Are you done now?
We're done.
Are you going to wait and have another one?
We're officially done. Yes.
Who was officially done?
Both.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was done. I had vasectomy first, and then she ended up having to get a
whatever it is.
Oh, hysterectomy or something.
hysterectomy. So yeah, now we're really done. We're doubly done. Yeah, we weren't necessarily planning on our 7-year-old, but
I wondered if that was a surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise, but he's awesome. It's been great. It's great having another little one in the house.
I miss having little kids.
He does. He always liked having. As soon as I found out I was pregnant with Adeline, I was done. I was like, this is it.
Yeah, she was done. Meaning, I got my balls. I like that. I was done.
I was done. It's not going to happen again.
It better not happen
I was
again.
over 200 pounds when I gave birth to my kids.
You were not.
Yes. Oh, man, I was miserable.
Really?
Oh, God, Brian. Over 200, like 205.
Really?
205 and 208. I was like, I never
Just
want to be
done.
that big.
Yeah.
Overalls and all.
Yeah, I have a sister that's 11 years younger than me.
Do you?
Yeah, she was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
When I was growing up.
Yeah, this was
One Clear Choice Garage. I love these guys. We have bought numerous things from them. The last thing I bought were these unbelievable garage door openers. I think the whole package, they came out and installed them. They're belt driven. If you have one of those loud old chain ones, It's time to change it. But these guys have locations up and down the Front Range. All their pricing is right on the website. You want a great garage door company, either for emergencies or for new openers or new doors, you want to give these guys a call. OneClearChoiceDoors.com is their website. OneClearChoiceDoors.com or 720-370-3987. That's the deal. Now, Linda has a update for us on this H3 Hummer. Ironically enough, Linda, I'm going to lock you in there, but Kevin, I talked to you when this call came in, I think months ago. You remember it?
I'm not right off. No, what's up?
So check it out. She has a Hummer 3. She brought it to, I think it's called Mike Maroney, and it was for an oil change and a tire rotation. What ended up happening is the head got cracked, and you and I were sitting here scratching our... But listen, these guys actually stepped up to the plate in at least one way, and this is why we're calling you. They acknowledged, for whatever reason, they pulled one of the spark plugs. I guess they sold her a tune-up. They pulled one of the spark plugs, and they put a camera down the cylinder. Somehow, when they put the spark plug back on, either a new one or the old one, whatever it was, the spark plug cracked, and part of the spark plug ended up down in the cylinder. So it took them forever to actually cop up to screwing the vehicle up. But now what they're telling her, and this is what I want to know, is this fair, or what would you do if it was yours? They're telling her they're going to pull the head, send the head out to a machine shop, get it milled, and put it back on. Then if there's other issues, they're going to go ahead and get her an engine.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, why not? Because it's not a brand new motor to start with anyway.
Linda, I want to ask you something. How long have they had this vehicle now?
A month.
Have they given you a rental car?
No, well, he had the very beginning. They asked me. I said no because he told me only take a couple weeks.
Okay, I think if they give you a car, it's fair, and I say that because of Sheridan Auto Tech. I'm sorry, guys, both of you. I have to put you on hold. SheridanAutoTech.com. They're great people over there. I also want to thank Brian Burns. Call and get that quote on insurance. Make sure you got the right coverage. 303-996-9000.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.